Hello, everybody. It's me, Cryoline. I'm your DM.
Hello, everybody. I am Cryo-Lane, and this is my lovely party.
100 episodes.
100 episodes.
100 episodes!
100 episodes!
Okay, which script am I reading?
Which is insane.
When we started Starlost, it was just an idea that we had in the living room at 2 in the morning.
Starting off on a brand new campaign, the name of which is yet to be revealed. I'm very excited.
I never thought we would get anywhere near this far in.
We just thought it would be fun.
We are going to begin our adventure in the world of Starlost. Pulse, can you introduce yourself?
Well, I am Marijuana.
I really wanted you all to be okay, but I don't think you're all okay. Socks vanishes.
It's so nice to see everybody just having fun.
Everyone say hello to Scarecrow's Sketch!
Hi, I'm Hush.
I thought for sure we were going to cap out somewhere around 30 or 40 episodes. And then
you all showed up.
And then you all came.
People told us it's our comfort show and theorize about things, and just, it's beyond what we ever thought it was capable of.
We started having all sorts of people watching all the time.
Everybody welcomed me in fully.
You started loving the characters, you started creating fan art, you started creating these beautiful things.
To know there are people who enjoy what you make enough that they're willing to create something, create fan art and videos and stories about it. It's inspiring.
I've seen a couple people in my chat talking about Starlost and the things that they see on things that have been done.
The community that's gathered around this show has been incredible.
If it weren't for you guys loving the show, I wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't still be doing this without you guys.
We wanted nothing more than to produce something that you all could love.
I am blessed that I can be a part of this community.
I am so flattered that you guys want to watch what we put out.
I'm just genuinely glad to be a part of it.
So I guess there is only one thing to say.
I don't really know how to express what I feel other than just thank you.
Thank you for 100 episodes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you for watching 100 episodes of Starlost Seas. And I am so excited to keep doing more of it. I'm so excited that people enjoy it. So
we hope you enjoy.
100? I thought the show ended at episode 8.
Hello,
Yes.
everybody. Welcome back to Starlost Seas. I'm Cryo-Lane. I'm your DM, and this is the party, and it's session 100!
Jesus. How did the producers let us do this?
Woo! We're the producers. That's how.
That's right! Screw the system!
We're the system.
Get all! I wave.
Last time
Yes!
on
Wait for
Starlost-
session 1. You agree? You said you would wait for session 100.
You did!
You did back in like
When
session
was
like
this?
50.
Back in,
like
like,
way
session
back when
50.
you were Mara.
It's not a session 100 for him because he was gone for a little bit.
Shut up!
I'm gonna disconnect you from this call.
Come on, Pulse. It's session 100. Do it for us.
No. Pulse, I'm gonna give you this. You don't gotta wave right now. But at the end, I'll leave it up to you. We'll all be waiting on bated breath when we wave goodbye for whether it'll
Staff of
happen.
power again.
Or if you wave right now, you get a point of inspiration.
I didn't say that, but I'm not against it.
Oh.
It's like edging. Every time you raise
We're
this hand, this
gooning.
whole session, they're just like, oh!
We're gooning. Oh my god. Cry, what happened last time?
Last time on Starlost Seas, we started off in the middle of that lovely, lovely airship dive that we ended up the prior episode with. You guys were going in to do pirate things, attacking this merchant ship beneath you. All of you had your various superhero entrances as you dove down onto the deck below, except Dolus, who waited to float across eerily like the fucking Grim Reaper. And despite being told to avoid murdering people, you guys proceeded to immediately kill the first 3 people you engaged in combat with.
2 people.
Oh,
We
that's
only
right.
killed
Two, and then others were thrown off the ship. That's right.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
We followed the exact definition of what you defined as pirating.
So then you guys were a little surprised when one of the people on the deck was not as easily frightened or defeated. A figure who was revealed to be a high-level caster of some kind. After you guys engaged in combat with him for a while and did a solid chunk of damage, as soon as he started to seem like things were wearing on him, he cast Time Stop and then was gone, seemingly having teleported out during the brief window that time was frozen for him. After you guys grabbed and interrogated one of the survivors, they revealed that this person was someone named Carmichael, who was a bigwig in a place called Mage's Isle, and that he had heard that the Empire is going down the drain and that he would rather be somewhere else before everything went to shit. And so he hopped on this ship, and you just so happened to encounter him, and then he vanished. And so you were left wondering exactly what the importance of this man was, as you guys proceeded to loot the ship. Each of you found a solid amount of items that you could sell. All of you had roughly 500 gold coins worth of valuables. Annie found a bunch of gemstones worth roughly 800. Lotus found a finely carved duck that gives her resistance to an offensive charm, such as Charm or Frighten, one time. Hush found a ready clasp to quickly don or doff gear. And Dolus found a fucking crate of Alchemist's fire bottles. Each of you got one before the rest were moved to the ship. Dolus also found a bottle of mud that can summon an earth elemental, and a pair of winged boots that he gave to Doc. Doc had also found a bucket of paint that just changes colors depending on who's looking at it.
It's green. Pink. It's pink.
It's green for you. It's pink for
Shit.
Dolus. After you guys all got your various loot, including a bunch of spoons that Lotus got, Dolus returned to the ship ahead of all of you, popped into his ring, and pulled his mask off, sort of revealing to everybody that when he made that deal with the Fae previously, what the end terms were was that whenever he wears his mask, he has no guilt, remorse, or regret during the time, but that it all comes rushing back when he takes it off. So, eventually, after sort of coping with that, he popped back out of the ring. You guys blew up the previous ship, slightly damaging your own, which led to a brief chiding from Lorelei to Hush, but Hush thought it was totally worth it because it was totally worth it. Then you guys traveled the rest of the way to the Autumn Forest, on your way, enjoying the views and having a nice moment where Dolus and Doc both celebrated their birthdays that they had missed over the course of the chaos of the last 2 months. You guys also came across a patch of just torched terrain on one of the mountains that Lorelei confirmed was from another red dragon of some sort. So, at her recommendation, you guys sped along, made it the rest of the way to the Autumn Forest, and then a group of you departed for Pitloom. Specifically, the party, plus Alina and Lorelei, who, after the crazy events of the several last weeks, is keeping you all on a leash. Her words, not mine. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
But like they are.
Shh, it's okay. So as you guys approached Pitloom, after some mild pranking from Annie to Hush, you guys encountered a gnome, Korbar, a gnome who was looking for berries and who confirmed that you guys were close to Pitloom and that the strange thumping you had all started to feel in your feet and hear in your ears was a mining machine known as the Thumper that helps them find ore in the pit, the eponymously named pit. You guys helped him find some berries and asked him if he knew Twink, which he confirmed he didn't know anyone named Twinkton Seeker. You guys arrived in the lovely little city of Pitloom. Nice, cozy, sort of homey vibes as you guys walked along. And you did in fact see the pit, as well as the large machine in the center that continuously drummed on the ground, known as the Thumper, which for those of you with very high perception and good hearing was not pleasant at all to be around. The size of the city is similar to Valorfall in Ubua. There are so many paths. It all has the same sort of vibe as like a summer camp. Like there's always the trees arching over you. There are good wooden and stone paths everywhere. All the buildings are made from nice wood. You stopped by the Thump and Stump Inn, where you guys all had some food, and where Alina reached out to various people to ask where you guys should stay. And eventually Fairmont says that you should find a gnome named Natalie, who has a woodworking shop, and that you can stay there. You find Natalie pretty easily. She is immediately on edge about why you are here and asking for a place to stay. But after some various words about Fairmont and showing off the stamp on both of the birds' masks, she accepts that you are who you say you are. Brings you downstairs where she has a secret room with bunk beds where you can rest and wait for Fagan to arrive, as he said he should sometime late this evening or into the night. You guys all rested, and then above you, later into the evening, you heard the door open, the sound of heavy footsteps, and Natalie asking someone what they're doing. And that's where we ended the session. So, you're going to pick back up right there. All of you have just heard that. The footsteps you heard above you were definitely more than one person. You've definitely heard several people enter the building.
Are we able to recognize any voices?
You can make a perception check.
Fuck yeah, I will. Good start. 21?
21?
21.
21? Oh my gosh. Yeah. You can definitely tell that you know one of the voices above you, Lotus. They're speaking kind of quietly to Natalie. So you can't make out entirely what's being said or anything, but one of the voices sounds incredibly familiar. You can't quite place it, though.
Do you think that's Fagan?
Is it Fagan? Can I tell if it's Fagan?
Lotus definitely has the highest perceptions. Of Lotus can't tell. You guys can't tell.
Hey man, I could roll higher than, or roll.
I mean, you can make it. You can make a roll of your own to listen.
9.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
That was the DC.
Dolus is like, You like lean so your head adheres up, and Dolus, you just hear like through the floors.
Which one do you think is Fagan?
The one that sounds familiar?
Does it sound like Fagan?
I don't know, I can't tell.
If it's familiar, how do you not recognize the voice?
I mean, it's like when you have a word that's on the tip of your tongue, but you don't know what that word is.
Do you remember what Fagan sounds like?
Yeah?
Cryo?
Does it sound like that?
Make an intelligence check.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Cryo, is there any, like, window or anything that, like, allows for upward access? I know there's the door out, but, like, is there something that...
You guys are in a hole, basically.
Well, that's what I'm
we're
saying,
like a
but, like, is it
bunker.
one of those, like, half underground basements, or maybe there's, like, that little, like, baby window up at the top?
No, you are in a hole. There is
Okay.
there is just the door.
We're in like a nuclear bunker.
Yeah, you guys are essentially in like a hiding from like the government, like little tucked away dystopian cutout hole.
Well, I'm not gonna take the whole hour to resummon Aldrich as a rat, so
16.
16. Lotus, it's not Fagan. It is definitely not Fagan that you are hearing.
I take that back. It might not be Fagan.
I
Should
have.
I send Quasi?
Who?
Sorry?
Summon Quasit.
Who?
She summons this weird little demon
What?
thing.
This
You guys were
is-
introduced to Quasi.
Yep.
The Quasit.
Aldrich
Really?
immediately.
Oh.
Fuck that.
Demon.
Go invisible and check.
He just like bop, bop, bop out, and as soon as he gets to the door, he just vanishes, and you just see the tapestry just like.
Cool.
Doc's just like, you literally can't die, and you're being a baby.
Reappears, just very uncomfortable when I get hurt.
That's fair. But it's not gonna hurt you. It's friendly.
I can't guarantee that.
Annie, is it friendly?
Who, Quasi?
Yes.
Maybe.
Annie, just tell it not to eat Aldrich. It has to listen to you.
I can do that.
Okay, there we go. See? See, we can come to an understanding.
There was a lot of hesitation there. Pulse. Does Annie communicate telepathically with the Quasit?
Yeah.
Or just-
yeah, it's
okay.
like the warlock thing.
Find familiar is inherently, as long as it's within 100 feet.
Oh, I just had to make sure it was a familiar and not like a summon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you also packed
I
with
wasn't-
chain? Let's go.
Oh, yeah. So you do eventually hear back from Quasi. Just what the fuck was the voice I did for Quasi?
You didn't. It just kind of. Yeah.
Got it. So just there's a big man.
Big man.
The big man.
Hair color.
Black.
Eye color? Can you see it?
I'm colorblind.
Oh.
no, I'm just opening this. Brown.
Brown eyes, black hair. Unfamiliar. Big man.
Cryo, does it sound familiar?
You-
Describes like half the people you've met.
Cool.
Human.
He has a bodyguard with him.
Stitch?
Bodyguard.
That's what I settled on.
That's fair. No, that's valid.
They have a bodyguard with them.
That's not helpful.
It might be your friend. I don't know, really. Do they sound familiar? I don't know. I figured, like, you know, if
What's
they're
he
not-
wearing?
Are they human?
What, yeah, what are they wearing? What are they
You
wearing?
just want to look at this guy.
Just look through his eyes.
Oh, yeah, you could
Yeah.
just look through his eyes.
Look through your
Oh yeah, I
familiar's
should look through the eyes.
What do your seeing eyes see?
That moment when you're familiar is like, just fucking look.
I like talking to you sometimes.
Oh.
Show me your eyes.
He's like, where he's hidden, he's like tucked away around the counter as Natalie is by the door talking to this dude. He's wearing big, like, heavy armor, definitely plate with these big ass pauldrons on either shoulder. There's a guard next to him wearing the typical like Empire gear. He's He's got like short black brown hair. It's kind of like curly and fluffy, and overall he's pretty like nominal dude. He's tall. He is tall. When Quasi said big, it was not necessarily doing it credit. He's big.
Cryo, when you look through their eyes, you also get their ears.
Yeah.
Okay, Sean?
Okay.
Wait, are they saying anything? Are you?
Natalie and them are currently just talking about like the trip down here.
I'll reiterate all that to the party.
Now can I use?
Can you? What do you want to use?
Can I count it as history?
You count it as history?
It's
sure. Are you trying to roll this? Doc, are you trying to see to roll if you remember this person?
Yes.
You will not. You've never encountered this person.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Is it Atronan?
It is absolutely Atronan.
But does Dolus know that?
I mean, I was just doing a description of him.
As it is all being described to Dolus, it sounds exactly like Atronan.
That's Atronan.
Who? No, wait, I would know the name.
You know the name. You've never seen him.
That's Atronan, the Holdmaster.
Is that a good Holdmaster, or is that a... Wait, no, that's Archibald's...
Yes, but there's people with him, and the fact that Archibald is connected to him is a secret.
And also last time we saw, he also killed all the guards that he was with.
Yeah, no, he's good, but like
good,
secretly
everybody
good.
else bad.
Yeah.
So the
when
situation
we
is...
first met Atronan was there, and it looked like he was attacking our ship, but then he actually ended up killing all the people who were on his ship, and gave us Archibald to take care of, and then made it seem like we had overtaken their ship. And so Atronan, if he was by himself, would probably not be a problem, but he has people with him, so we should probably still keep low profile. Annie, keep listening in on what they're saying.
And
Let us
you
know
can't
if there's
hear what
anything.
they're saying. You're still looking, so you're blind and deaf right now.
Annie, make sure you keep listening to what they say.
And
you got me. So Natalie is just like, and so why my shop exactly? Well, Fagan said that I should meet him here, this area. Sort of sudden, but right. Addie, could you just come here for a quick second without your tail? Like it looks at the guard. Could you wait outside a moment? The guard like steps back, closes the door. Is there a problem? Is someone in the back? No, it's not a problem. I mean, think they're friendly. Don't see any reason why they wouldn't be friendly. They came from a friend, so, just haven't seen the friend in a while. Who are they? A couple of Aarakocra and an elf, a little kid, a guy, a couple girls. Sits there. Annie, you see him noticeably like squint when it's like a couple of Aarakocra, and he's just like, a couple of Aarakocra and an elf. Can I meet them? Tell them I just told you all that stuff. The Holdmaster, while they're hiding, while they're unreliables hiding from the Empire. Tell them that I told the Holdmaster. You shouldn't have told me if you didn't want to have to tell them eventually. I hate you. And she just turns, just goes down the stairs. She walks right past Quasi.
Oh, he's, I think they're coming down.
So you pull back, or are you still
Yeah.
tapped into the eyes and ears? Because you can talk.
Yeah, I'm talking to y'all, saying
Okay,
that.
but you're still tapped into him.
I'll just have him follow.
Yeah.
Atronan is not coming down also. He's waiting upstairs
Who are you petting?
as she comes down.
Oh.
Yeah. Lotus, what?
So, like, do we tell Atronan about the whole, like, you know, the thing about Archibald?
Yeah, I'll tell him.
Okay.
Should I meet him first, just in case? I am still technically licensed.
No,
It's
Atronan knows
fine.
that.
But what if his tail makes him to where he has to act like...
He'll kill them.
I don't know if that's a good move in the public eye. You guys were on the ocean the last time he did that, and he left no witnesses.
Let's just wait and see how this plays out. Well, we're not going anywhere. They're coming to us.
Yeah, just on cue. It's not a long distance, so just on cue, the tapestry gets pulled aside and the door opens again. Natalie just peeks in. You all wouldn't happen to be friends with the Hold Masters Fagan and Atronan?
Yeah.
Holy shit! All right. 1 second. The door closes and you just hear shouting through. Just, yeah, they fucking know you. I don't know how.
I'll come back to my stuff. What did I miss?
Nothing.
But nothing. They're coming.
Really.
Yeah.
The thumping
Okay.
that's happened. She opens the tapestry wide. Sure enough, there he has to like lean under the door because it's barely tall enough for Doc, let alone the fucking 7'2" Atronan who just hello.
It's been so long.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
Whoa. He like takes a knee. Haven't seen you little birds in a long while.
So much has happened.
New friends.
Many new friends.
There's like almost a look of disappointment on his face as he like looks in the room and sees Annie and not another elf.
He's safe. We decided it was best to keep him out of the action.
Good.
As he looks around, like Dolus is like visibly like shaken. Like he looks scared for once. And I step forwards, like as Doc is saying, like, yeah, he's safe, and he's like, yeah, good. And I'll just walk to like the front of the group, and I'll get down on my knees and lower my head. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Why are you
I
sorry?
failed. I failed you, Atronan.
What do you mean?
Your brother is safe now, but he was captured.
By who?
Are you familiar with a group known as the Starlost?
No.
There are a group of people under the guidance or influence of a being known as Vecnost attempting to bring about the end of the world. And they wanted to use your brother to help them in their effects. We tried to stop them and keep him safe, but they took him. We got him back, but he was gone. And they hurt him.
I'll step up beside Dolus and also get down on my knees.
I told you I would keep him safe, and I lied. I'm so sorry.
Stand up, both of you. Stand up. This is a pitiful display. He's safe now, yes?
Yes.
It's on Twintania.
The island
little rock
off
in
the
the
coast
ocean?
of... Yes.
It's a lot bigger than when they found it, apparently.
He is well protected there. I promise you.
This prostration of yours here, this sad sort of affront you're doing, is proof I picked the right people. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't enraged to hear that you lost him, but you got him back.
Oh, sir, there is one thing you should know about the Starlosts. We're not sure if it'll come up, but there are still a few remaining that have her face, and glances over at Lotus, and Kieran, one of the people that was originally traveling with the group. They're doppelgangers, and extremely dangerous.
Right. Good to know.
I'll make an image of Kieran in case he doesn't remember who that is.
I remember the little weird one.
Right.
Sure.
The other one that looks like me is in Dried Lost. Oh.
This definitely wasn't what I was expecting when Fagan said to come to Pit Loom for a rest stop.
A lot's happened.
And Martin, he is what can only be
Dead?
regarded as an aspect of Vecnost.
What?
If you are an ally, it's best you know that Vecnost is Martin. They are one and the same, and he has been doing everything he can to hold the Empire back from becoming too advanced.
Okay. Stop. I can't.
Well, he's dead now,
Yes, he is.
but Vagnos is not dead. In fact, they were merely using Martin's body as a puppet.
Right. Are you all here to meet with Fagan?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright.
We are currently on a mission heading to Sasin to free Holdmaster Nalu.
Old Master Nalu. Free?
She's in prison.
Doesn't make any sense. She was racing on a goodwill mission after they took her off the front.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. As I said, information's been controlled.
I'm going to have to talk with Fagan about all of this. I want to trust you, but this is a lot. And the last time I saw you, I left you when you were leaving the country with my brother, and now you're here in a bunker in Pitloom. I'm going to leave guards outside. Just in case. Hope you understand.
Of course. If you have any words for Archibald, we have people with us who can send him a message.
I'll lean in the back, just like...
Crow, what are you doing?
Waving.
Crow? I'm sorry, I didn't say Crow. Hush is just like in a corner waving. He's too tall.
Yeah.
He is too tall.
For sake of goodwill.
For me.
Hush started waving and then just got locked into the
Yep.
animation. We got terrified.
For sake of goodwill and familiarity, my name is Dockery. I used to be a bounty hunter for the Empire.
Hello. Forgive me, I'm not necessarily always on good terms with bounty hunters of the Empire. A complicated relationship.
Like I said, used to.
And to the rest of you.
He kind of nods over to Hush. Hush is incapable of speaking by normal terms, but he's capable with telepathy. If that's okay with you.
Maybe
It's
later.
okay. He's processing a lot. He's okay. I'll just wave at him. Tell him that I said that he's really tall.
He says
He
you're really
says
tall.
You're really tall.
I get that a lot.
And this is Annie.
Hello.
Hello, miss.
One of the few surviving Eldrins, courtesy of
Can't
Martin.
say I've ever seen one. I'm a half-elf, so that says something.
There's Alina. There's
Hi,
Lorelai.
you're big.
Get that a lot.
And then you're like, and this is Lorelai, and he looks and he squids, and she's just like, yeah, you probably recognize me from a wanted poster. And he's like,
Yes, I think I do.
yes.
She's turned
It's okay.
into a leaf.
No, I didn't, but I'm on your side, so that's what's really important. Don't fucking lie for me.
It's still technically a new leaf.
Hey, we literally just pirated an entire Empire ship today. What? She like gestures at him.
Did you like my pirate outfit?
Really? Now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. It looked nice.
Let's go.
Let's go.
He just kind of like. All right, he stands back up and he's just like, I'm gonna go now.
Right.
I'm gonna camp outside of Pitloom. Me and a few squads of soldiers. So, not saying you're going to do anything, but if you do, just don't.
Can you ask him if it's okay if I send message to him and if we need?
Hush, I don't think that's a good idea. Not yet.
Why?
If he's not okay with you talking to him directly, I hate to burden the fact that he might hear you unexpectedly.
What if we need him?
Atronan, if there is some emergency or if we need you, are we allowed to send you a message?
Yes.
And sorry, I don't know if he had responded to that or not, but did you want to send a message to Archibald?
Tell him I'm glad he's all right.
Just look over to Alina.
Starts immediately. I have to be going now. If I'm down here too long, someone will get suspicious.
Right.
Okay. I'll hold my hand up to him, shake it.
Shakes your hand. His hand's like twice the size of yours. It's just big,
Yeah.
meaty. He shakes it. He palms your head, Lotus.
It's good to see you two again. Wish it was under better circumstances.
And then he just turns and walks out. You hear the thumping as he goes up the stairs.
Big.
Big.
Big boy.
You okay, Dolores?
Yeah, I'm alright.
That man burdens a lot, doesn't he?
How do you mean?
The way he stands, the way he talks. Got a million things on his mind all at once. I know we overloaded him with stuff. But I mean, the second he spoke to both of you, it seemed like he had the weight of the world on his shoulders.
I mean, I feel like he's in the position where he knows everything but nothing at the same time.
Unfortunate
Which is
place to be.
Hard place to be.
I feel like his mind would be cluttered.
You all never really tell me about the people you meet.
To be fair,
What
I
do you
never met
mean?
him.
Well, the people we're going to meet. I actually don't know anything about this mission.
I didn't know he was going to be here either, I'll be honest with you. The other person we're going to meet is Holdmaster Fagan. He... I'll make a picture of him. And there's... he's... nice.
He was one of the people who were involved with the awakening.
The Quintet.
We
And
met
this
him.
is Twink. Twink is also supposedly going to meet up with us. You know him though, right?
I know Twink.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen him
they-
much, but I know him.
They're all nice people. Very powerful.
Still not entirely sold on Fagan, but
I wish we had known that Fagan was bringing another Holdmaster. One Holdmaster is a coincidence, two is planned. And brings attention.
And 3 is bad news? Like, is this a thing?
one
You think
old
that's anything to do with the
masters.
dragon?
No, I think Fagan just told Atronan to come here.
Just in the Empire, it was word that it's rare to see two Holdmasters in the same place. Until, Nalu seemed to be in a different area, in which case it was a little more common, but still a complete rarity.
Yeah, in the Empire, if you see multiple Holdmasters in the same place, there's either a holiday or an event or something really bad about to happen. Like, Alina's kind of sits down.
Unfortunately, it's not a holiday.
But we know Fagan and Atronan are the two that are on our side at the very least.
Which means something bad might be about to happen, and we're about to be the ones who cause it.
Or fix it.
We'll see.
I'm just saying from the perspective of the Empire. As far as regular Empire citizens go, whatever we're about to do is probably not good.
I mean, we're saving Nalu, which in their eyes, I guess, is not a good thing, because Nalu is the backseat.
Well, clearly they don't know.
Well, yeah. I mean, Atronan didn't either.
Exactly. So as far as the Empire is concerned, we're not breaking Nalu out. If news comes out that we did a prison break and Nalu happens to escape, then the information that Nalu was in prison escapes with it.
Weird thinking that, according to some people, we might go down in history as the bad guys.
At least
We
there'll
just
be a
have to be the
history to go down
victors.
in.
Hooray!
I
I look forward to writing this down in my journal later. That's
something.
writing.
I can't wait to write about this.
Oh, right!
Shit,
I
shit.
have one!
Shit, she was right. She couldn't wait.
Yeah, she's
She
not
can't
I've
waiting.
been
wait.
waiting for this.
Dolus just kind of, as everyone's talking about like the whole masters and stuff, just I don't know why, but something about Fagan still doesn't sit right with me. I don't
Did he
know.
do
I mean,
something to you?
no, it's just. He always, to me, seemed like there's always something that he's holding back. Something he's not telling us.
He's holding secrets for us. Logic would permit that he's holding secrets for others. You can't lose if you play all sides, Dolus.
We could go into his mind.
No, we cannot. Don't do that.
That's like trying to go into Delilah's mind.
No, it probably wouldn't be that hard, but it would probably get us in a lot of trouble and lose us a powerful ally.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It'll get us into a lot of trouble.
Until we have reason to believe that he actually is holding something over us, or until it's proven that something can go wrong, it's best we treat him like a friend.
Maybe we just be a little on edge, though, since the last time we went to meet up with Fagan, Martin was there and we all got captured.
Well, thankfully, Dolus and I come preloaded. And the rest of us can just... And Lotus is a living, breathing weapon. So we can't exactly be disarmed.
Also, last time I broke you guys out as a dragon, and now I'm just here, so I can just do that.
You broke us out as a dragon?
Yeah,
That was
weren't wondering
you?
why the camp suddenly was on fire?
Oh, I didn't realize that was you.
She admitted to it.
I miss everything.
Oh, me too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you guys are new. It's okay if things go anywhere near as well as they did that time. You'll have stories of your own.
I'm not the new guy anymore.
You're kind of the new guy still. There's just
What?
2 new guys. What?
How new are you?
Lorelei?
No,
Hush.
points at Hush.
New. I wouldn't say I'm new. I've at least died with them before.
We didn't die with us.
Hey, Crow, how long has it been since we met Hush?
Like 3 weeks.
And
About
all
3
of
weeks.
that in 3 weeks.
About a month. Close enough.
Yeah.
Probably. It's probably like 3.5 weeks.
And all of that in a month.
Yeah.
I've only been
Natalie
awake for a
who's
couple
been in
months.
the door this entire time is just like,
Bruh.
okay.
Oh, I didn't notice you were there.
I know. I could tell.
You didn't think you should speak up? And
No, I was just enjoying listening.
Okay. That's fine,
Natalie
I
knows
guess.
Fairmont. Like, it's fine.
Are you breaking into?
Breaking into to the prison that you guys are talking about doing a prison break with? No, fuck that. I'm staying here.
Why not?
Well, because number 1, you're talking about a prison in Sasin, and that's in the desert. Fuck that. Number 2, I do enough smuggling and illicit things down here in this room. I don't need to do them out there.
Like us.
Yes, you.
What other illicit things happen in this room?
More of us.
Let's just say you're not the first unreliables who've had to spend the night here before they go other places.
We appreciate your hospitality nonetheless.
Thank you.
Hey, I have a question. Should we be pretending to not be birds?
Yeah, I mean, when you leave, probably.
Okay.
Do I need? Can you ask her if I need pupils?
Does he need pupils?
That would definitely be a little less unsettling than what you currently have going on.
Should I pretend not to be an elf? Eldrin?
General rule of thumb. Here in the Empire, Autumn Forest, still the Empire. If you're not a human or a dwarf, lay fucking low.
Crowd, do I still have the contacts?
Yeah.
That were given to me?
I forgot you had those.
You have contacts?
Yeah, Delilah
Yeah, he
gave
got
him
him at the
contacts.
coronation.
Make his eyeballs look like regular eyes.
But they don't move, so it's just kind of like.
Yeah, they don't dilate.
Yeah, there's
and
no-
I'm like,
I think it's funny.
No,
you put
they'll
contacts in the
move
back.
as you move your eyes around.
oh, do they?
Yeah,
Do you not know how contacts work?
They don't change at all.
You know, I thought it was I don't know why I thought of it like a fake eye. Never mind.
No.
Okay.
They don't dilate, so he just
Yeah,
like.
he pops them in, and it's Hush with pupils.
It's just
That's
pupils,
somehow
right?
way
It
more
doesn't
unsettling.
give him color.
No, it gives him
Like,
irises.
it's not just pupils.
Presto, I changed the color of my
It just
eyes.
has two
Yeah, I mean, you
dots.
could do that. You could presto the contacts that have different colored eyes.
Make
What
one
color
pink
are
and
your
the other
eyes?
one blue.
Oh, okay.
Well, by default, they're blue, so you make one pink.
Yeah, make one pink. And he just like does like
Bubblegum
the big
eyes.
blinks. Hush blinks one eye at a time for a little bit.
Yeah.
Why
that
are
sounds
you
about
doing
right.
Good?
You're blinking weird.
You're blinking wrong.
I have another solid in my eyelids. It's weird.
It's
Like,
not
You
enough.
blink normally when you don't have these. Just do that.
Hey, Cryo.
Yeah.
Can I like investigate around this room to see if because she mentioned there are other unreliables that show up and that have been smuggled in this room. Like if anyone has left anything behind, any way to know like who might have been, like if we know anyone who might have been in this room before us.
I will say straight away that you guys are going to have plenty of time in this room before someone else comes to collect you. So as you sort of wander around, there's definitely no signs of anyone you know. Like, there's nothing that would give away someone you know. But there are some marks on, like, walls and stuff where people just, like, drew on the walls and everything. There are a couple of little... As you open some of the little nightstands and stuff next to these bunk beds, there are small, like, personal effects. Like,
There's a Bible.
Notebooks. Yeah, there's a Book of Mormon on the nightstand, actually.
Okay.
There's a Book of Bahamut.
A book of Bahamut.
I don't like the
Alright.
implication, but like it is the most valid implication.
Yeah, right?
I want to doodle a Dolus to see if Paper Dolus comes back.
Okay. You guys are all gonna... Dolus, there's not really... You get the idea that this room is probably cleared out of most things as necessary. So there are a few little knickknacks and things here and there, but nothing that's going to give you any sort of identity of anyone.
Right.
Basically, if someone raided this room, like if the guards came running down here, it's just a weird extra guest room.
Okay.
Doc.
Hmm.
Here.
What?
I hand him the clip.
What's
'Cause I spent time with it, so I know what it is, right?
Yep, you guys have spent time with all of your items, so you know what they all are. All your magic items.
If
What's
you
you
wear
got?
it, then you can take your armor off instantly. I have light armor, so it's not hard to take off. And I
Oh.
know that it takes you a long time to take off your armor. So here, I found it on the ship.
Thank you.
Yep.
And Doc, I guess because we have time, Doc is going to try and replace one of his clasps with the...
Yeah, that's fine. This isn't an attuned item. You would just slap this on your gear.
Sick. What was it called?
So yeah, it is a...
Command
I have
strap.
it here.
Command strip.
Something plat.
Flex tape.
It's flex tape.
Whatever it is, it's not an
It's,
item that
it's
I can
called a
find.
ready class.
Yeah, it's just not an item that exists in my...
It's not an item that exists, Cryo. Actually, I'm just
Well,
saying.
like I couldn't find it in my inventory.
I know.
Yeah, it's not on D&D Beyond. It's
That's
one
fine.
of those. It's a funky
Now we
one.
know.
But yeah, you have it. So now your armor can just come off on and off in an action.
No more ambush, Hickory and Doc.
So yeah, Doc, you put it. You replace one of the clasps on your big shoulder things with it, and it's almost got like a pull. It's almost like it's like Chainsaw Man. You know how he just
Yeah,
rips the
it's a ripcord.
It's like that. It's like a little ripcord. It's like a little ring. So you pop it up, and as you pull it, it's not a full ripcord. It is just like a little pop. But as you pull it, your armor just sink like into the clasp.
Thank you, Hush.
Oh. It's a fucking...
Into it? Like it just...
Yeah, into the class.
Yeah.
You just have armor on hand, bro.
Bro, I'm Iron Man. I guess it's more like the Flash.
No, be like the one that was net positive with budget. Be like Iron Man. Don't be like.
Hey, I'm...
It's like
well,
fucking...
that's fair.
Yo, Doc.
Yo, I'm like
Never mind, I'm not
season
gonna
1
make-
through 4 of Grant Gustin's Flash.
There you go.
Donkey Jr.
Yo, Doc,
Get
Ezra
really
Miller.
specific about common
Nope.
media. Anyways,
It's like a fucking parachute pull. Like, it's-
it really is like you pull it and it just.
Takes his pants one time and it's just like, what the fuck?
one of my first experiences with you was us getting ambushed by trolls, and you didn't have any of your armor on. So I thought you would benefit by this because I can just sleep in my armor.
That's fair. And you know what, Hush? Fair exchange. I'm gonna give him the. Oh boy. Let's give him the happy
This
laughter
piece of gum
potion.
I found. Oh.
I want to give him. I'm gonna take one
That
of the
laughter
potions.
poison.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the one that one of the potions.
Have this
that
poison
Vala-
in
He
exchange.
hands you a vial like yay big of this weird green purple poison.
green purple.
And yeah, he hands it to you and goes, "You're sneaky. Basically, this potion, Vala tested it for me, and it just completely incapacitates someone with laughter."
Ha, thanks.
And it hurts them. And
It hurts.
it is still a poison. It will hurt.
I already have one of these.
You have a laughter poison?
This is only in Dog's head. Yeah, I have a couple of them actually, but you keep it. It's okay. You could just have the clip.
Thanks.
I have other poisons that do other things as well.
Okay. All right. Well,
Doc suddenly realizing Hush is the most terrifying person here. Yeah, no, I got plenty of poison.
I have that one. I have another one that does another thing. Thank you, and then just walk away.
As he walks away, he just goes, "Hush, did Vala give you poisons?"
Yep.
Okay.
Bro, there's no walk away in here.
I
It's
walk
like
back
the
to my
size
corner
of
that I
my
was
room.
in.
He just walks back to the corner.
Guys are in this tin can. I'm gonna walk away.
Yeah, I'm small. I go back into my corner that I was in,
All right. Well,
and then I take out my ball.
I'll play ball.
Hush
I'll
is gonna
play
start
ball
throwing
with
the
Hush.
ball against the wall.
I'll play ball with Hush so it's quieter.
There you go.
Take Hush out to the ball game.
Lotus, you draw your little paper dolus. It doesn't immediately peel itself off the page or anything.
It doesn't peel itself off the page at all.
Make a performance check.
Because you can't come back. 15.
Okay. It's a pretty good dolus. You kept the
It's a pretty
squiggly.
good.
You kept the squiggly head from when you started drawing while you were laughing. You do attach to that, so it's like it's one of the better dolus you've drawn from like the neck down, and then it's just a wonky head.
Mm.
That's kind of
Maybe I
funny.
should have started from the beginning.
You could just draw another one.
Okay, I'll draw another one.
Make another performance check.
Like, maybe I should have done this. You have a whole sketchbook. Just do it again.
Would you roll
5.
5? It is somehow a worse dolus.
Now you're nervous. You're in your head. You got the yips.
Dolus, I think it's worse.
It is.
How did
Try again.
I get worse? Okay, I'll try again. 13.
It's still somehow slightly worse.
It is. It's the same general quality as squiggly-headed dolus from like the neck down. But the line weight just feels funky. Like there's, for some reason, sometimes one line is way thicker than the others for no reason.
You know what it is, Dolus?
What's
It's
that?
the thumping.
The thumping.
Yeah, there is still the constant boom, boom, boom every few seconds.
Oh, I guess they were right. You really do start to space it out. Granted, I also grew up in a hole in the ground.
I
With
can
a lot of
feel it
machinery.
in my bones. And I've heard bird bones are hollow.
I can feel it in my inner ears, which is so much worse. Lorelai like shoves a pillow over her head.
Yeah.
Are we going to a desert?
Yes.
Eventually, yeah.
And deserts are like hot and
Hot and
Hot
dry,
and
yeah.
dry.
and dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna dry out, Hush?
It'll be fine.
I might.
You might not be fine. Actually, no. You probably just equal out.
My face stays very moist most of the time. I've never
Just
actually
make-
been dry.
Just keep up a little water bubble around your head.
I want to equal ice.
It's my entire
You want
body.
to equal ice?
Yes.
What does that mean?
Oh, I don't want to equal out. I want to equal ice.
Oh. I see. That's very unfortunate. Have you ever been in the desert?
No.
Well, just think of how much you'll be able to write about. New experiences.
You know?
Discomfort. Agony. Anger. Frustration.
I don't know if she can experience those other two.
She can imagine. I know I'll be
Fascinating.
experiencing them. Great.
So I'll be
And Hush,
good.
yeah, you'll be fine. Just like keep a water skin on you. Use your prestidigitation, keep yourself cool, and just like from time to time, just pour some water on yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be
Might help a
fine.
little being close to me. Like
True.
you are in the water.
Very true. I just love Dolus is giving this advice. Dolus has never seen a desert. He has no idea what it's like in the desert.
I know, I'm
Literally
just
none of
listening.
us
I'm just
have.
letting I'm just letting this happen. I'm just letting.
You have 3 people here who are from the cold.
And
I
2
don't know,
people
maybe
here
he's
who are
from-
not from this world.
Yeah, I'm like none of you have any idea what this is like.
Just
Not even
making
Alina and
assumptions.
Lorelai. Like,
Yeah, no, Doc is literally just like, it's probably gonna suck.
Yeah.
I know cold deserts.
Cold deserts?
Yeah. They're called
What
taigas.
are cold? What, oh, taigas.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a cat?
No.
No.
That's a tiger.
Oh.
I will say, I've said this before, and I'll say it to you again, Noah. The southern wastes are not like a taiga or a tundra. They are like the Sahara. They're all sand. They're just freezing cold.
Oh, it's like a desert always at night.
What is the word that we have for them?
There's no word for that.
So it's
It
just
doesn't-
a cold
just
desert.
a cold desert.
just a cold desert.
So a
Because
cold
that doesn't
desert.
happen in real life.
Then allow me to reiterate. Doc doesn't say anything about the taiga. He just goes, yeah, no, so it's just all sand and hypothermia.
What is hypothermia?
Remember when your toes got so cold they started going numb?
I don't have toes.
Remember when your talons, you pedantic asshole?
That was a little pedantic.
Well, no, I mean, because they don't get like that.
I mean, we don't have
It's
toes.
just, yeah.
What
Remember
does
when you got so
pedantic
cold you
feel
started
like?
shaking?
Yeah.
Hypothermia.
Oh, okay. What was that, Annie?
What does pedantic feel like?
Annoying.
Mm. So he's really annoying.
But it wouldn't. But he was correct.
Pedantic means when you point out something that's technically correct, but like pointing it out doesn't really do anything in the situation other than show that someone else was saying something wrong. So it's like if you said, you really like to fly, and I said, well, actually, mostly what you do is glide because you aren't flapping all the time. So you actually like gliding. Like what's true, technically most of the time you glide, but there's no reason for me to do it.
Right, I wasn't trying to be pedantic. I thought that maybe toes were integral to the example he was given, and
Like
I wanted to
awkward
make
goal,
sure.
like-
YouTube commenter.
I love the thought of like awkward Dolus like spinning his foot. Like when you get all nervous, you put your hands on your back. Like,
Well,
He's
no,
gonna
he's
kick his
looking
foot.
at, like looking at his talons. Like I don't know. I thought this was important. This was vital to the analogy.
I didn't actually know what pedantic was. I was just agreeing. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I know now.
Okay. How do you feel now?
On the spot.
You,
Just everybody's looking at him.
inserted yourself into the conversation. All right.
Catch,
anyways,
catch.
Oh, you throw it at Dolus?
I throw it at Dolus.
I ain't catching that shit. I'm not ready to catch.
You throw it at Dolus and
Ow.
just... Yeah, both of you make dex checks.
Me too.
I
Yeah,
wonder
play
who's
rollers
winning.
against each other with dex checks.
I'm not trying to catch it.
I know you're not.
I'm throwing
that's
this shit not perfect, actually.
12.
With Dex?
Oh, Dex. Oh, with Dex, that's a 14.
8.
Ooh.
8. All right, yeah. Dolus, he's like, catch, and you just kind of like lean slightly, and the ball just boom off the wall behind you, and just ding, 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 like on the floor.
And then everyone stares at Hush again.
Ball floats back to Hush's hands.
There's an awkward silence the entire time as Hush floats the ball back to him, and in the background you just hear the quiet boom, boom, boom. From the thumpers. He just quietly floats the ball back
Sounds
over.
cricket.
Just gonna lean, like walk over to, not walk, I would step over to the wall, like put my back against it, and just slump down onto the ground.
Right. Yeah, Lorelai goes to bed. Lorelai's like, fuck this.
What time is it?
It is like early evening. It is like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
So, do we just stay here tonight and then tomorrow we go find the Holdmaster?
I think we wait here until the Holdmaster finds us.
If any of you want to rest, I'll stay up and keep watch just in case anything goes.
We can take turns. Watches.
That's an elf's job. You should all sleep.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I don't need to sleep.
It's not exactly late, so I can at least keep you company for a bit, depending on how late, though.
That's an elf's job.
Or Annie, you trance now for the next 4 hours, like while Doc is still wide awake, so that then you can already be tranced and rested when it gets to nighttime, so you can stay up the whole night.
It's a good point.
Well, I'm pretty aware of my surroundings as I'm transferring.
Yeah, but still, like, do it now, though. So you could...
Yeah, I was about to say,
Okay.
doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, Annie, do it now. And it is just a Microsoft logging off sound as she lays back on the bed that she was sitting on and just out.
Okay.
That was
Dolus, are you going to be resting?
I'll try.
All right.
Everybody
You and me, Aldrich.
doing watches. Wing bump.
Lotus makes herself comfy beside Dolus because she finds comfort because of the thumping.
Alina takes a bed. The bed closest to wherever Dolus and Lotus are slumped.
I would have the closet come back and lay on me.
The closet comes back and just and curls up on you like a cat.
Lotus. Lotus. Is the thumping bothering you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just thwomp her into the ring.
Lotus is bothering you.
Delete.
And then Lotus, you just feel the gentlest like pat, and then you're just on a bed, like on this sofa in the ring.
Oh. Okay. She just makes herself comfy.
Hey, Cryo.
Mm-hmm.
While that first hour, once everybody's kind of out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to interrupt this at any point, but I'm going to go ahead and use Find Familiar to bring Aldrich back as a pseudo-dragon.
Okay. You begin casting while you're just sort of chilling there in front of the door. I will say the thumping every few seconds definitely makes it somewhat difficult to concentrate as you're casting, but it's not enough to interrupt you.
I was like, I grew up in Ice Home. It's all heavy machinery.
There's like a big difference between the general clinking and clunking you hear in Iceholm versus like
That's fair.
this one basey
Yeah,
thing
okay.
repeating.
C'est la vie.
But like I said, it's not
Yeah, it
enough
doesn't
to
interrupt me.
to break you, especially you because you have slept in areas where it is clinking, clunking. So it's different, but it's not worse necessarily. This is the best way to explain the Thumper versus Iceholm.
Yeah.
And yeah, after an hour, Aldrich is just kind of chilling there, waiting with you as you're casting it all. Just like, it's very intriguing. I don't think I've ever been out when you've cast this.
Yeah, no, it's kind of boring. Takes forever.
What do you think happens if I'm still out when you finish? Do I go away and come back? Do I warp?
I guess we're gonna find out.
Interesting. And like right as he's about to say that, you finish, and as the last puff of smoke comes out of the brazier, it almost sucks him into it, like it's some kind of like a vacuum tube. And so he's just like interested, and then just, and he's just a little pseudo dragon on the floor.
A little feathered pseudo dragon, because he's still got his owlish features.
Yeah, he kind of like stumbles along on the floor, and he's just like, ooh.
What was the conclusion?
Summon me next time.
Okay.
That noise happens, and Dol's like sitting on the ground, just like leans over.
It's good.
This is the Limmy face, like getting up from bed.
He leans out. Just no, you're Aldrich. It's good. Just preparing.
Go to bed, Master Dockery.
What?
Clocks back out immediately.
Master Doc, Doc, go to bed.
Yeah, Doc, go to bed.
No, go to bed, Master Dolus. I'm sorry. And then
I mean,
you
just keep watch.
I'll say you guys swap out for your watches. Annie finishes trancing after 4 hours and gets up, and Doc, you go to bed. It's easy for you to go to bed. The thumping is not completely alien to you, so you are able to go to bed a bit quicker than everyone else. Also, just you're used to being underground, so there's something weirdly comforting about being underground. Yeah.
Ice homie, I'm sorry.
Everybody gets a long rest.
Sick.
Woo!
Gonna be so glad that I resummoned Aldrich in a different form, only to wake up as Hickory.
I was gonna say let me roll this real quick. Okay. Hickory.
Yep, there it is. Yep, for the best. For the best.
So I'm gonna say that this is, everybody bear with me for this, okay? This is about to be a moment.
Okay.
You're all waking up. Everybody's having their various moments of like getting up and everything. Annie's already been awake for several hours, writing in her notebook because I don't know what you do. I'm still learning you. Annie, at some point, do you stand over people while they sleep and write in your notebook? I feel like that's
absolutely.
Yeah. There's
Just
definitely one or
observing
two parts
sleep.
of the night where you just walk over someone and you just write about your observations of them.
Does Annie
sleeping.
observe the switch for them?
I would.
I could say, yeah, Annie, you do in fact, you are going to be the first person to ever visibly witness the switch. Well, second, actually. I guess Vala was the first, but she's an NPC, so she didn't get the lovely description you're about to get. There is a moment where, you know when a VHS skips, and there's that moment of just like where everything kind of goes out of focus, and you're suddenly looking at a new frame or a new scene. It's like that. Like you're looking down at Doc as he sleeps, and he kind of grumbles at his sleep and moves, and then there's just a vroom.
Fascinating.
Fascinating.
It's basically an Into the Spider-Verse glitch.
Yeah, basically.
Did you see that quote?
But Annie, fun thing, as you watch this sort of glitch happen, it happens, and it's still just Doc there. You go back to the rest of your thing. Everybody else wakes up for their various mornings and stuff. And Hickory, then you wake up.
Where?
You right there. You wake up and you see the room.
Okay.
All
Sure.
of you watch as Doc gets up out of bed.
What?
Sure.
I
yep.
get it.
Cool. Good morning.
Hickory, your voice is deeper than you expect it to be.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hickory, to clarify before we get too far into this, you have Freaky Friday.
What does that mean?
What voice do I
Good
do?
morning, Doc.
Hickory's
Good
the
morning,
body
Doc.
of Doc.
Yeah,
are you
it's
talking
Hickory
about?
in Doc's body.
Yeah, so I guess Doc's voice. I'll use Hick if I pinged Hush.
Good morning, Doc.
What are you talking about?
I observed you and you're still Dockery.
No, I'm Hick.
What? Is this a prank?
No.
Fascinating.
I thought the
Is
that was on the
Archibald
other
still
side.
here?
What?
Archibald?
Is Archibald?
Oh, Aldrich?
Is Aldrich still here?
Yeah,
Too many
Aldrich
A
is there.
names, man.
A little pseudo dragon at the bottom of the bed.
Aldrich's right there. Come on, wake up. It's alright.
What?
Do you partake in caffeine? Do you need to wake up?
No, wait, no, this isn't, I'm Hick.
I think.
I mean, you
forgot
could be
which
whoever
side
you
the
want.
hair's on.
No, but no, I,
Hold up. I'm gonna go in and go. Hick, are you in there?
yes, I'm right here, I'm looking at you, Hush.
Hush has like a. Wait a minute.
And then you hear Doc in the background just like, ah!
Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's weird. Oh, the fronting voice is Hick, but the body is Doc.
Oh.
Oh, this is my worst nightmare. This is everything wrong in the world. I have never wanted to be you in my life. Okay, actually, there were a few people that liked you that were I have
Wait.
never wanted to be you.
Wait, quick, Hickory or Hickory. Try taking one of the potions. The elixirs. From Vala.
Wait, what if it's an after effect of the potion?
Oh, and then what if that makes it permanent?
No!
Oh, that would be horrible if they
Wait.
got their bodies back, but they were in each other's bodies.
Hick,
What?
summon your weapon.
I go to summon my weapon as Hickory.
You summon the hour.
Oh no.
Is that the right one? I don't remember.
No. No, it's not.
Do I wake up in Lotus's body?
Lotus is still in your ring. Yeah, Lotus is still in your
Lotus
ring.
is still asleep.
Well, yeah.
Lotus just muffled in the distance, like somebody speaking in another room. You just hear like, no, this is not supposed to happen. No.
It's okay. She's used to sleeping while people are arguing in the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh. This is no.
childhood trauma.
Cryo, can I try and pull anything from the training that we did with our Lashon of the previous night? That
Like,
maybe
any
that caused it.
information? It was no different than the training you've been doing.
Cool.
I'm gonna
Sick.
thwomp Lotus out of the ring.
Lotus, you are just on the floor. Like you don't fall, but it's like if you just suddenly like shifted onto like a new side. It's cold.
Lotus, Hickory is Doc.
There's got to be something wrong. There's got to, like, Hickory is inspecting almost every inch of Doc's body.
That doesn't make sense because they're already.
I'd pour a little bit of water on her face. Wake up.
What?
Hickory is in Doc's body.
Something had to change. Like, Cryo, is there anything on me that would dictate that something has gone amiss?
You go, something had to change, and you move, and it shows, and you catch a glimpse of your arm. And your tattoo is bleeding slightly. like when you get a fresh tattoo, and like in real life when you get a fresh tattoo and there is just blood that like pools on the tattoo.
That's not good. That's never happened before. I like try to wipe at it. Does it?
I mean, it's
wipe
blood.
off?
You can wipe it
Yeah.
off.
That's
Good morning.
not normal.
Hickory.
It's Hickory, but
Pick a
she's
dog.
stuck in Doc's body.
Oh, he's Dickory.
I'm going back to sleep.
Oh, wake up.
Like literally just panicking, Hickory pulls out one of the empty vials. We have to have empty vials at this point with how many potions we've gone through. And she's just collects some of the blood, because I guess that'll help, maybe.
Make a medicine check.
Sure. With whose?
Who's
It's
character?
Hickory's
Wisdom,
knowledge.
So it hit.
It's wisdom, so it's Hicks. What?
It's 22.
Mental stats.
22. You're able to collect a good amount of blood.
Great.
You're able to collect most of what is dripping out of you.
Mm-hmm.
It does eventually slow and stop. Like you get the
Okay.
idea that it was probably bleeding the worst as you woke up.
Okay. Not good. Not.
You think something just like malfunction?
Go back to bed.
Lotus?
Mm-hmm.
Sweetie?
Hi, that's me.
A normal malfunction, like in machinery, is bad. But this might mean a malfunction in time.
Just go back to bed. See what happens when you wake up.
Yeah, just go
Yeah,
back to sleep.
let's cuddle.
I have a question.
Let's
Try one of
go
the
back to
potions.
sleep.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a shot of the potion.
When I said take a potion, everyone was like, "That's such a bad
I was
idea."
Lotus makes herself comfy beside Hickory.
Hickory standing in pain, distraught.
This is
I
why
mean,
I
she
never
she
sleep.
sat down on the bed before she took
Okay.
it because she understands what happens at this
This is
point.
why I don't sleep.
All right, you take a swig. Make an Arcana check.
With whose?
With
Hickory.
hits. Mental stat.
Okay, so any mental,
Mental
stat.
stats.
It's like wild shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
13.
Yeah.
You're wild shape right now.
But as
13?
your brother.
You guys watch as Doc/Hickory just like onto the bed. And then there
There I
is
go.
that VHS glitch effect again, just and it's Hick laying there.
Hello,
If I-
Hickory.
But is it Hick?
If I'm beside them and the VHS glitch happens, if I'm like,
Is there a
Curled up.
Touching
sensation?
them.
is there a sensation? Yeah.
There is no sensation other than like you know if you're snuggling with someone and they like breathe in and breathe out, you can feel them. The only things you would feel like that as like a body shifts.
Ah, okay.
So visually, it is
Fine.
Jarring.
unnerving and alien to witness. Physically, it feels like almost nothing happens.
Okay, cool.
Good morning, Hickory.
Yeah, you're Hick.
Full Hick. I'm me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Okay,
Are you
Okay.
good now?
Are you good?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
it's a-
yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Is the tattoo still bleeding? I mean, I know it stopped, but like...
It seems fine.
Cool. Cool.
I have a question.
Hmm.
Are my eyes supposed to hurt? He
Did
totally
you
left
sleep
his contacts
with your
in.
contacts in?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no!
How she's been sitting there like rubbing
One of
his
the-
eyes.
It's okay, they're magic contacts. They don't hurt. They're magic Delilah contacts.
You're gonna have to presto them moist again, but otherwise, yeah.
He's always moist.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's always moist.
He's exclusively moistened.
Hush's eyes are like squinting. He's like, this is normal. Pulls them out.
You pull them out and they are dry.
Oh, that's not good. I hold them over to Dolus. Can you wet on them?
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Please, no.
I got you, man. I got you.
Wet.
Does the bird regurgitation?
Like, can you wet on them? And Dolus is just like, what? What do you want me to do?
Really, I don't water. You make water from your hands.
I take them and I just like rub them on your face, and they slicken and moisten. And I hold them back up to you.
I don't want my own goo in my eyes.
Your own goo is always in your eyes.
It's a different goo.
No, it's not. It's on your face.
I'm not covered in tears.
It's not tears in your eyes. Put it in.
I'm gonna have to talk to Meridian and figure out what just happened.
You blink a bunch, and eventually, like, the mucus and tears and everything kind of balance out. It feels better.
They balance out.
My eyes feel sticky.
It's because you just woke up.
I feel
No,
weird.
it's because I put my own mucus on my eyeballs.
Your own mucus, I guarantee, has gone into your eyeballs more than just now. If you're constantly secreting it.
And it sucks.
Don't worry, when we get to the desert, you're gonna sweat a lot, and you're gonna get a lot more mucus in your eyes.
Who am I kidding? Meridian probably doesn't know what's going on either.
Hickory, shush, I'm trying to sleep.
Shut the fuck up!
Hickory, I know that you just had a complete temporal disassociation, but...
Shut the fuck up. Look, I get that you're going through a life crisis, but shut the fuck up. I'm trying to snuggle.
I'm here sleeping in your bed, so shut up.
You're messing with cuddle time.
Lotus, wake up!
Well, you're cuddling with the homies. They start getting existential, and you're like, bro, shut the fuck up.
You ever thought about what it's like to die?
Yeah, I did.
Me too.
Okay.
Yay.
Yay! So,
Am I the only party member who hasn't
Annie
died?
hasn't died. And Twink hasn't
Annie,
died.
have you died? Oh, okay. Twink's not here.
Annie, Twink, and Dolus, the not dead crew.
I haven't died. I was never alive.
They're a tad alive. Anyways.
Twink, Annie, Dolus, I see.
I'm dead
Thank
inside.
Okay. Thanks, Balls.
No, I like
Yeah,
to
you
believe
keep
that Annie
eating your ramen
legitimately
after
said that.
Yeah, Annie 100% said that.
Eating some like hardtack. I'm dead inside.
Hickory is just like complete existential dread, but also trying not to move because Lotus keeps snuggling closer.
You guys, after waking up, Natalie brings you guys some food, like some breakfast. She just brings you a bunch of pancakes.
Immediately awake. That's food.
Lotus will cuddle like up with Hick. The door opens and the smell of pancakes hits and just.
It's the fucking Goku noise.
I didn't know there was a Goku noise.
It's the Ultra Instinct thing.
Yeah.
Oh, what Dragon Ball?
Food time.
Breakfast time. Yeah, you all get up and have breakfast. Midway through eating your breakfast,
You guys
the
all
door
died.
above you opens again with another heavy like thud, and just you can knock, right? And various chatter. A voice you recognize as Atronan this time.
Let's go.
Oh, this is gonna be a lot to explain.
The pancakes?
No, the fact that I'm not who I was yesterday and we haven't moved.
Oh, I'm sure he won't notice.
Most people don't even recognize like when you changed the first time.
Yeah.
That's
Just think
Lorelai's
your
like,
bangs
I
are
thought you
the other
parted
way."
your hair differently and changed your pronouns.
I appreciate the immediate respect.
Yeah, I'm not a piece of shit.
Oh, Lorelei, the most progressive dragon.
I'm here for money and honeys. I don't give a shit about your
And
promise.
if you bring me money and are sometimes a honey,
Perfect. Yeah, you guys hear him come downstairs. The door is opened, the tapestries moved aside, and it's Atronan like leans in just, well, pancakes.
You want some?
No, I had breakfast, but I am here to collect all of you.
Oh,
Or more breakfast?
how will that be done?
Well, yeah, I was going to ask if you all have ways of hiding your various natures.
I point to my eyelids that or my eyes that now have pupils.
The fucking wide, way too realistic pupils.
I wrap a scarf around my gills.
I disguise self, and it almost looks like my wings almost like fade away into like a dust, and I just like adjust my shoulders. Human Dolus.
I have a hood.
I mean, you're fine.
And he starts pacing a little. I know a lot of people and things and creatures.
Didn't you disguise yourself as Mara?
I did, but he's an elf.
Can't you?
Can you be not an elf?
Why don't you be Doc? Well, no.
Don't be me. Or
You're not Doc, you're Hickory.
I mean, how long do we have to be disguised for? Just a little while?
Just
I
long
can
enough
do...
to get to camp and then get into the tent where Fagan and I will talk with you.
I can turn you into like a bird if you want.
I can
You
turn
just
you
follow.
invisible.
Me?
She literally has disguise magic, though.
I'd rather disguise. This is more interesting.
Hey man, I can
Why don't you
someone
just
else
be
and not
you,
be
but
seen.
with round ears and not blue?
Can my hair be blue?
Sure.
Oh my god, Annie has blue hair and pronouns.
I was about to
Annie
say.
snaps her fingers, and her ears just round out, and her skin turns like just a Caucasian color. But her
I
hair
just hope
stays
she's
the
hyper
same
pale,
blue.
though.
Oh, she's incredibly pale.
That's the ship name for Hickory and Annie is blue
Hyper
hair
pale.
and pronouns.
For those of you who were in the Wildmount campaign, she looks like OG Annie, but with blue hair instead of purple.
Oh.
Oh, so it's shorter too. Because isn't Annie's hair kind of?
What?
Annie's hair was just up.
What was
Who did
that?
What was that?
It was Ray as her dad.
I was like, nobody moved.
My
It sounded like someone shot off a
Dad.
fireball.
I loved Ray
Dad.
trying to stay calm and play it off. Like, what was that?
Whoa.
Exactly what it was. I'm so used to it.
Bless you, astronaut.
It was like, if I don't say anything, no one will notice, and all of us immediately was like,
What the fuck?
I looked around. I was like, "Who looks like they are recoiling from a
What
sneeze?"
just happened?
Oh, that's so fucking
It was astronaut, man. It was astronaut.
That
Yeah.
was the
Bless
most
you,
dad
Atronan.
sneeze I've ever heard.
Yeah, that sounded like it killed him.
It was Natalie's husband out in the living room.
Go ahead, go ahead.
All right. Annie will then like go over to Lorelei, kind of like look at her and observe skin. It's kind of like seeing how good her disguise is. Turns her hair the same color as Lorelei's.
Your hair turns black. Lorelai's just like, see, I'm not narcissistic, so the black hair just doesn't do it for me as well as other colors.
What do you recommend?
I'm a fan of blonde.
Aw.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Come on. She like loops her arm through yours and walks to the entrance.
Let's go.
I will use disguise self. Just kind of
Human
move
lotus.
my hands. Yeah, and just become like a human lotus.
Clap your hands together and run it like through your hair, and your feathers like vanish as your hands pass over.
Mhm.
The two human birds hush with slightly unnerving contact lenses.
Hick with her hood
Hickory,
up.
who's just a human.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even. Yeah, I guess I don't even have to pull my hood up, really.
Is my hair gonna be a problem? It's
I was just
blue
about to
and
ask
white.
for that. I don't think I've
People
seen a
have
human
white
with
hair.
White hair, except
Yeah,
when
he's
they're
just
old.
missing melanin.
You are kind of old though, so I think it makes sense.
You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Just like
yeah.
slouch a little bit more. They'll
Do
think
I-
you're just a little old guy.
Hush like slouches over a little bit like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hush, make a performance check for being old.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest in the party. Performance?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
you're pretending.
10.
Mm.
And Hush, to your knowledge, you're doing an amazing job of being old. For everyone around you, you are a child who's gone, oh, look at me, I'm old.
Except more just like a.
He's cosplaying. And cosplaying as an old man.
Old and
Exactly.
senile.
Do you have a cane?
No.
You have this.
I know,
You have the quarterstaff.
Oh, you're right. But this is a magic item.
So,
They're good?
whoa,
I have
okay.
a regular quarter staff.
Well, that staff
Hush.
doesn't have any like glowing bits, does it, Cryo?
It's got a gem in the top.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Kind of indicates that it might be a magical
Yeah.
staff.
I
On we
know what to
go.
do. He takes it and he
Okay.
presses the gem the same color as the staff.
As the
So
rest of the
it's-
wood.
So it's a
Yeah.
Just looks
wooden
like a-
gem.
Yeah, it looks
Not
like
a
a
rock.
wooden gem.
A wooden gem.
It's just like a wooden triangle, and he just like, I shouldn't make it. I shouldn't do an old man voice in your guys' heads because you know I'm not an old man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is not you. There's no reason to do a voice.
Oh wait. Oh wait. Puts his hood up. Never mind.
There you go. And like he puts his hood up,
Here we go.
and then we're like getting
Let's
ready
go.
to leave. Dulles does a thing, like pats him on the back, like fix your posture.
Oh.
Don't want to end up like me.
Oh yeah. I don't want to like. If I crunch over, am I gonna stay like that?
Yes.
Oh, posture check.
Excuse me, boys.
Hush has good. Hush has good posture. I don't. I just cracked my back and it was crispy.
Ooh. Anyway.
Yeah, you guys are all led out of Natalie's home. She kind of waves by you all as you pass by. Come again, or don't, I guess.
Okay.
Thank you again.
I'll do one of those.
Do you
I'll either see you or I
recognize
won't.
me?
What?
You recognize me?
You look the same, but just human.
Yeah, but if they don't know what you look like normally, Annie, it's okay.
That's a good point. Keeps walking. With
Oh,
I guess
fuck
with
it,
Lorelai.
You like walk out. You leave.
Do you know who I am?
The Muffin Man.
I'll see you alone. Do you know who I fucking am?
I'll elect if I come back or not.
You do. You're the one who decides if you come back or not. It is early morning in Pitloom, because you guys went to bed pretty early. So,
Is the thumper still going? Is the
the
thumper
thumper is
still
still going. It did not stop at any point. You guys have gotten pretty used to it. It's sort of just become background noise. It's like when you're breathing and then you suddenly have to manually breathe. It's
Thanks,
like that.
man.
Like you forget
You
about
motherfucker. I
I'm
hate
sorry.
you.
You're not sorry. This is the thing. 'Cause I know you're not.
But yeah, the thumper is one of those things where you forget about it until you don't, and then it's very present in your brain. And Atronan leads you guys out, and there are a couple of guards who meet him outside. None of them seem to react to you in any notable ways. You guys start off towards the outskirts of Pitloom. You walk past that big warehouse where all of the mining stuff is happening, and all the cranes go down into the pit. You head off into the woods. It is early morning, like I'm saying, because you guys went to bed early, so everything has like a nice little layer of frost on it. The leaves are not crunchy, because they're all moist from dew, but they're crunchy because they're frozen a little.
Oh, let's go. They're dewy.
They were dewy and then they froze, so they're all covered in a little layer of frost.
Dewy will be soon.
Hush is totally like, okay, none of them scream.
There is a salt. This is completely above the table. We're a product of our times because I forgot to associate the fact that fall gets cold.
Oh, so I was like, there's frost on the ground, and you were like, it's not winter.
Yeah, I was like, it's still like 80. What are you talking about?
I also had that moment. I was like, there's frost. Okay.
Yeah.
But I thought it was always in
autumn.
Okay.
It looks like it's autumn all the time.
Yeah.
It has actual seasons, like temperature-wise.
Regardless, there's still a part of my brain that just does not associate seasons with getting colder. Apparently,
yeah, it's like November now, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is November. It's cold.
Fair. Anyway.
November's like fine.
Now this really reminds me of my father.
Okay, you guys are saying November's fine. You live in the South.
Yeah.
This
November's
is
still
that.
summer, man.
Yeah. Summer doesn't end until February. Then it starts again in March.
Yeah, no, it's cold. It's not as cold as you was. You guys are still like, oh, this is really relatively warm compared to where we've been.
Meanwhile, Ray's in Canada, and it's like still snowing in July.
Yeah.
God, I wish that were me.
Same.
How's it feel, desert boy?
Fuck you.
How's it feel living in Sasin, bitch?
You're about to know my pain, motherfucker. That's what we're going to yeah, you guys walk along with Atronan for a solid chunk of time, like a good 20-25 minutes. And then you guys come across, after you go through the woods a bit, a clearing that has been set up. It's a lot like the camp you guys remember from just south of Falcon's Point. Like, those big tents and everything set up, military people moving around everywhere. There are little training areas set up. It's a lot smaller, obviously. The one by Falcon's Point was huge and had like full battalions of soldiers. At a glance, only the twins would really be familiar with Empire soldiers to this level. So Noah, there's a few squads of soldiers here. So a grand total probably of like somewhere between 40 and 60. Like several dozen soldiers, but not a fucking army here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure this will go better than last time.
What happened last time?
We got
Let's
captured.
not talk about it. We have.
That sounds like an interesting experience.
I guess.
Hickory is just kind of like glancing at the guards that have been surrounding us as well.
Okay, we're whispering.
How did you escape?
Oh.
I'll tell you later.
How did you escape?
It was
Professor X fucking room.
Lorelai literally told you yesterday.
Specifically with Hickory, I think it was one of the names. Funky and Frank helped her escape.
Frankie and Felix.
You can't hear me.
I didn't know if
This
it was
is not
just
a
him or
VC.
not.
I mean, I asked Dolus.
I'm just talking to Hush.
Apparently Funky and Frank helped them. Annie.
Oh.
I was Annie.
Frankie and Felix
Y'all
are
know.
such great people. How can you do this to them?
I love them. Hickory and Doc love them.
Who's Felix?
Funky and fresh. Telephone game.
Funky and
Funky
fresh.
and fresh. Is your food funky or fresh?
Hey Crow, for campaign 2, do you want those to be our characters?
Yeah!
Funky and fresh.
What the
I
fuck?
call being funky.
Anyways,
Oh.
I'll be fresh.
The guards kind of like break off as you guys get into the camp with the general idea of like, oh, we don't need to trail you and surround you because you're in the middle of camp, surrounded by people constantly. Atronan goes to a tent and he like pulls the flap aside and gestures for you all to go in.
Go
And sure enough, as you go in there, just chilling, leaning up against the table, is Martin. No, I'm kidding.
Yep.
It's
Damn
Fagan.
it. We both
It's
went for it.
Fagan.
Hello, Fagan.
Hello.
Dine.
Been a long time.
This is Hush. That's Annie.
Oh, okay. All right. New faces. Where's Twink?
In Titania.
She's gonna be here soon, right? Alina, could you please ask Twink where he is?
He told me to fuck off the last time I asked.
Hush, can you ask Twink where he is?
He told you to fuck off.
I think he's gonna tell me to fuck off.
Just ask him.
Am I allowed to cast around them?
It's fine.
I mean, it's just Atronan and Fagan in here.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, he didn't know if Fagan was going up.
Vegas
To the
chill like
whole,
that.
I don't believe in Fagan. I'm gonna cast the Twink and be like, hey, Twink. Wait, what do you want me to ask? Where are they?
Where are you? When are you gonna get here?
Hey, Twink.
We're
Where
talking
are
to Fagan
you?
right now.
And when are you going to get here?
We're talking to Fagan.
Talking to Fagan.
I'm on Twigtania.
I
Where you left
I
me.
didn't finish.
Finish his message.
I didn't finish.
Fine,
Wait.
finish already
He didn't
then.
say
God
hush.
damn it.
If he just hits Hush, I'm gonna kill him.
Hush. Okay.
I'm
This
gonna
is still my
remove
bit.
Spending from you like I removed godberries from Mara.
He gets a level up shit.
Sick new
Let me
mode of
sign
fate,
it.
baby.
No,
Yo,
that was my fault. I shouldn't have cut you off. But yeah, Twink is just. I'm in Twinktania. Where you left me? Fuck off. I'm busy. I'll be there when I'm there.
He told me to fuck off. He'll be there when he's there.
He said that he's in Tanya and to fuck off. He'll be here when he's here.
He also adds on at the very end, just like, you're big boys and girls. Handle it.
Can you tell them we're big boys and girls?
No.
We can handle it.
The Twink believes we can handle it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Long time.
Yeah. Better circumstances this time.
Well, yeah, I'm not having to put you in handcuffs, so yeah. I got Atronan a little up to speed last night. You all gave him some of the information, and he was a little concerned.
That's understandable.
So, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we only kind of just recently got word that he got vaporized in Yuba. What?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What was that
were
all
there.
about?
He was he was actually like a piece of force trying to bring an end to the world, and then he tried to upturn the Yubuan monarchy, but then King Matthias came back, and then he sent his minions to go and try and stop the coronation or whatever. And then when he tried leaving, the Archmage Delilah vaporized him in front of everybody.
Unfortunately, with the way that Martin is, it really just got rid of a body. If he's clearly still able to mobilize because a week or so later, he sent people after Matthias and I and finished the job.
What?
Martin sent Starlost after Matthias, and he gave me a choice to join them or to allow them to kill Matthias.
And you let them kill my cousin. The king of a country. You let them kill my cousin. The king of a country. Atronan, gets up and stops him. Instead of you going?
I didn't want to.
Get the fuck out of this tent!
Right. Didn't hear any of that.
Didn't hear any of that.
Astronauts calm down, calm down.
I mean, I'll go stand outside the door of the tent.
Fagan runs his hand, messes with all. He's got the long hair, so he just. Sorry, I've just recently gotten word that my favorite cousin is dead, and then not dead, and now dead again. So I'm a little. Doesn't matter. Right now. So Nalu's in jail.
Yeah, in Sasin.
Right. That's bad.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. If she's in there, then it means that whoever is putting her in there and keeping her in there doesn't give a shit what the Holdmasters say, because she's a Holdmaster.
Right.
Which means Atronan or I going and telling them to let her out will probably just get us tossed in there along with her.
Right.
Which means we'll have to do this under the table.
Okay. That's how we usually do things.
That's kind of
The
what
prison
we
in-
expected.
The prison in Sasin is the worst prison in the Empire. Not the biggest, not the highest security, but the worst. It's torture to be in there. It has a grand escape total of 0. No one's ever gotten out. Granted, people don't usually try and break other people out.
And
I brought Atronan because Atronan has been there before and I haven't.
question.
Yes.
It's... You mentioned it's not the most secure or the biggest, but it's the worst to be in. Is that because the worst criminals are in there?
Atronan speaks up this time. He's like, the prisoners in Sasin, they call it the Hollow. One of the pillars of the city is hollow, all the way down to the bottom. It's a panopticon, technically, if you know what that is. There's a pillar in the center, and the entire walls are lined with cells. When you're put in there, they lower food and water every single day from the top down. You just reach through the bars and grab it, which means if you are considered one of the worst criminals, you are on the bottom. Which means you probably don't get anything by the time it's past everybody else. It is dark and hot and disgusting. It's where they send people to die.
Do we know? I know you mentioned that Nalu had gone on a friendly mission. Do we know why she was there? Like, what was the mission? What was the calling? Who called her there?
Well, Martin told us that she was off on another mission when we were getting all of our various new assignments after the chaos of Nolan. Nalu was taken off of the front. I was put there. Atronan was sent back to Rayesti after he just left. Martin was off to Ubua. And Alora is back in the capital. As far as we were aware, she was just here to make sure everything was alright given the chaos. So Sasin is our biggest city other than Altairi. It's the only one that comes close to it is Rayesti. It's where half of the Artificers Guild is. It's where the Observatory is. We get half of our ore for the entire country from there. Sasin used to be its own city-state. It used to be an entire country of its own before the Empire pulled it in, so generally speaking, making sure everyone there wants to continue working for us is pretty high on the list of priorities.
Okay.
We didn't know she was in there until you told us. Look, if Martin was really this horrific, monstrous piece of shit that you're saying he is, which I completely believe you, trust me, I'm not the biggest fan of Martin as the newest old master of the bunch and kind of a prick as far as I'm considered, so didn't exactly weep when I found out he was gone. I'm sorry if that upsets you, Atronan, if you were friends or something. Truth be told, I am all for finding whoever is loyal to him in that prison and getting rid of them entirely. You understand what I mean?
Well, I have good news for you. If you're in that vein, there is an entire religion of people, a small cult-like following, who were in his following.
Super excited about that.
So you were saying, Fagan, if Martin is this monster?
Oh, I was just saying if he is this monster, then I am more than happy to help you kill everybody who's loyal to him.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Atronan, giving all of your underhanded dealings with unreliables, and don't try and lie, I know. Atronan gets kind of like, he's like, I'm sure you agree with me. Neither of us can help you directly, but I just so happened to be up around Altairi when I got the call, and I just so happened to get blueprints to the hollow. Puts a tube on the table.
Oh. Rabbit, open it up.
If I happened to lose these blueprints and some radicals got a hold of them and broke in and discovered that a Holdmaster was locked up in there, I mean, nothing I could do about that.
I open up the blueprints and sort of like hold it up in front of the group.
It is like a few layers of paper, so as you like pull it away, it shows like the separate parts of this tower.
we're looking over this, and this is just like the mainly Dolus, but everybody can hear it, whatever. If we're looking over this, we should have everybody in the party here. We need
Above the table, real quick. Crow, I super get it as hush. I don't know when Ian's gonna have time to play.
No, I think he means he's talking about
Noah.
Hickory outside.
Oh,
outside the
I
tent.
thought you were
Hickory
talking
outside.
about Queen. And I
No.
was like, I don't know what to tell you.
No, I mean
sorry.
the one that was shunted out of the tent.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
Especially since they're 2 people, they should definitely see this.
They'll see it. We're holding on to these.
I think she should still be in here.
I don't know if that's the best idea right now.
Fuck him. She had to make a hard choice.
I agree with you, but you need to. Sometimes you need to make choices that are more logical than emotional. This is one of them. I understand that emotionally we want Hickory to be here and we don't respect him throwing her out, but he is helping us right now, and so it is better to not upset him in any way.
You
Because,
said we're keeping these, right?
yeah.
I can hear from outside the tent. I'm gonna walk out and sit next to Hickory.
Okay.
Joins yeah.
I go and I like cross my arms and I sit next to you, Hickory.
Right. So I'm looking over the blueprints of it. Is there anything in particular about the structure of the hollow that seems like, I guess, non-conventional, or like kind of like looking at the blueprints, is there anything that's like, it would be like, why is this a function, or why is this a feature, or something
Make
like
an
that?
investigation check.
Okay.
Play with
If you-
advantage
if you-
because everybody's looking at the blueprints.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Might help. We also
I'm
have
gonna
that
use a lucky
background.
point.
You can use a lucky point.
Natural 20! Let's go! And
Let's
that's
go!
a total of 21.
Okay, so the hollow. The exterior walls are 30 feet thick stone.
Oh my god.
And then there is an open, like a huge opening, radius-wise, about 100 feet before you hit the center tower, which is basically just guard room, stairs, guard room, stairs, guard room, stairs, all the way down.
Okay.
And there are cranes that are highlighted on this blueprint at the top that seem to lower a big ring of something down, and you guess that's where the food and water is all placed.
Right.
And I will say, you're not an. It's a really good investigation check, and so
And we've got some smart people here.
And
You,
we
well, you
also
do have some smart people thing. Yeah, the headbands
background. Being good at
with
math.
maps and stuff. Yeah. Well, this is specifically, this sort of thing would be really good for someone who's familiar with blueprints, like an artificer or something.
Or an ice home resident.
Or an ice home resident. I'm gonna say, yeah, you're not familiar enough with blueprints to notice anything weird, but you do get the full layout of the tower down. So you two, with your backgrounds especially, will be able to navigate the hollow just fine going over these blueprints.
How many floors are there?
80.
80 floors.
Yep. And each one has a dozen cells looking at this.
Right.
How do you read this?
How do you mean? It's pictures.
I don't really understand it. It's complicated.
I'll make a minor illusion image of what I imagine the hollow looks like based on these blueprints.
Oh, that's better.
And I make a cross section
You
of
do
it.
like the Tony Stark pulling apart a hologram thing.
Ooh.
Yep.
So, I'm guessing because you guys didn't know that Nalu was in here in the first place, you also don't know which cell she could be in?
They both shake their head.
Okay.
That's information you'll have to get from someone else.
I mean, even if we, our initial idea when we first heard about this was maybe we could just know what cell she's in and bust through from the outside, but 30-foot thick walls of stone, that's...
Yeah, plus the insides are defended, they're enchanted. You can't use mold earth or magical blasting to cut through. You have to go, you could cut through a good 2/3 of that wall with magic, and then you'd have to go at it with a shovel.
And I'm assuming all the doors of the cells are probably also magically enchanted.
To my knowledge, no.
Oh.
Figure as long as they can keep you in the tube, it doesn't matter if they keep you in the cell.
Is there any magic nullifying thingies?
Atronon's like, there are. They have rune stones set up that trigger anti-magic fields if you can set off an alarm.
But if the
I don't know
alarm
where
isn't
they're set up.
triggered-
If the alarm isn't triggered and they have no idea anyone's breaking in or out, then no, they won't turn them on.
Okay.
So that's an option.
Because I mean, I could bring her into the ring if I could just get to her, and then I fly out.
Just getting to her, finding her in the first place.
Right.
Hush on the other side of the tent. I assume we can hear into the tent.
Oh yeah, you guys can hear what's going on.
In Dolus's mind is, what about teleportation?
What about teleportation?
I don't know. I don't know if it'll work through the magic walls.
I guess the only way would be teleporting up out of the tube. It's tricky. If
I have an idea, but I don't know if Lotus would know. Can I make a
you have
roll?
a circlet of intelligence, you would
I
know.
know.
Yeah.
I have a circle of intelligence, but it's magic, and Lotus doesn't do magic. That's why I'm like, there's.
Tell me the idea, and I'll determine if it's an intelligence or arcana roll.
Locate creature
Ooh.
is a cleric spell.
Well, but Hush does locate things.
Hush has location spells, so yeah, I'd say
locate
you'd be able
object.
to you wouldn't be able to suggest locate creature specifically, but Lotus suggesting a location spell is reasonable.
Okay. Well, Hush has something like he has these things where if we have them, we can find people. Is there something where we could just find her with magic?
Again, like, I don't know if it could work through the magic walls.
Well, it doesn't have to work through magic walls if we can get in and then do that. Because
Preferably,
the doors
we
themselves
probably...
aren't magical, right?
Well, we would probably want to know where she is before we head in.
What if you send her a message?
We could always try right now.
Alina?
Not against it.
Elena, do you know who Nalu is?
I've seen her once.
Perfect.
If you guys can describe more about her to me, then yeah, I can.
Turn to
Have a
Atronan
quick
and Fagan.
Atronan and Fagan are like, well, all right.
Oh wait, but
Back,
hold on. We saw her in a vision, right?
Yeah, you guys were shown the vision of her.
I may
That's
have
what
made
Alina's
that
talking
reference.
about when she's like, I saw her once. but-
Oh, I see. Anyways, continue.
So yeah, so Atronan and Fagan start talking about her. Just she's tabaxi. She's a rogue. really snarly and kind of mean sometimes. And Atronon's like, she's mean to you. And Fagan's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just how we interact. Like, you just kind of go back and forth for a minute talking about various little details about Nalu. You get from the way that they talk about Nalu that Nalu is kind of like the black sheep of the Holdmasters. Like, she is the odd one out, which makes sense because they all can pass for human or are human. And Nalu is a tabaxi. And so she used to live in the Westwood, eventually joined the Empire, became a Holdmaster, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of controversy around her, and so she's kind of like... She's all business, basically, because she has to be, because otherwise she'll just get, like, treated like crap.
Right.
So, like, where Atronan and Fagan are kind of fun and, like, interact with people a lot on a one-to-one basis, Nalu is very much not that. Then, yeah, Alina tries to send a message. And not necessarily surprising to anybody, it does not send.
Okay. It was worth a try.
Ask them if the walls are made of lead, or if they have lead.
Do you know if I'm looking at the blueprints.
The walls seem to be made of stone, and then there is some kind of specific layer of stone that's been carved with, like, runes and stuff, according to these artificer notes. Okay. And then there is just more stone.
I'll tell Hush that.
A lot of location magic is interrupted if there's lead involved.
Not mine.
Okay, creature.
As long as there isn't water. I'd have to be within 1,000 feet.
Oh.
Well, let them know that she can do that.
If we're within 1,000 feet of the tower, then as long as it's worth a try, Hickory has an ability to locate creatures. So we could use that to sort of figure out where she is.
If the tower is 80 stories, then assuming that each floor is 10 feet tall, I'd have to try at least 4 times. Or at most. 1,000 feet each direction, 10 feet. 80 floor. I'm an idiot. No, hang on.
No,
sorry, my brain's
yeah.
I'm like,
no,
I'm thinking about it. I'm like, no,
nothing.
You can just scan the whole thing.
I'm tired.
Like, if you get in, you can just scan the whole thing.
I feel like I have an idea for a plan, potentially. So if we could get within 1,000 feet of the tower or get up next to it, Hickory scans the tower to try and locate where Nalu is. Then, after we know, Lotus is enchanted by Hickory with a haste, so she can move at just insane speeds, like faster than the eye can see. Me and her go in, get to Nalu's cell, somehow get into her cell. I grab her and bring her into my ring, and then Lotus takes it and just blasts off out of there.
What about you? Also in the ring? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
You're connected, Olis. I can turn us both into a small creature for her to hold. And then when we get there, I can teleport you in. You put her in the ring.
Ooh.
I turn us back into small things and she flies back out.
Wait, well,
Didn't they mention anti-magic fields though?
that's if we trigger the alarms.
If the anti-magic
So that's-
goes up, then the haste goes down, and then she's lethargic and can't move.
For a few seconds before she can go still really fast. Well, this is all. It also all depends on how deep into the thing she is, because if she's not too far down, then I mean, you might be able to just teleport her up above the field if you're coming with us, Harsh.
Is there a guard entrance?
A guard? That's true. How do people get
Yeah,
in?
what if we dressed up as guards?
Looking at the blueprints again, there's the big front entrance, and then there are 2 side doors. So if you looked at it as a circle, it's like 2 doors on the sides and 1 on the bottom.
Okay.
Like we just wait for one to pass by, snatch them, make us look like them,
True.
or we just see them and disguise ourselves that way.
Are you two discussing this out loud?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
Fagan and Atronan? Fagan's like, only problem with that is that there's usually a lot of guards in the hollow. It's not the kind of place where you'll encounter 1 or 2 of them at a gate and then you'll be in safe and sound. It's one where you will be under constant threat of being spotted. And it is just a tube.
Do they ever go home?
Some of them do. They swap.
Follow them home.
There you go.
We also
Follow them
have
home. Take their clothes.
we also have invisibility spells.
True.
Good.
My little pet here can go invisible. Somebody.
Fagan and Atronan. Shit.
So quiet. Why
Oh, Quasi
Atronan,
doesn't
like-
bite. Don't worry.
Atronan like grabs the handle of his axe that he's just like.
It's fine.
Ugh.
I miss Aldrich.
The stitch like. Ah!
Why do? It's like Aldrich is so proper and nice and clean, and now all the summons since then have been monsters.
Yeah.
Like, is he the only thing you can summon?
Am I not enough?
Well, I'd have to get out of the tent to summon Deppy. So.
Who? Oh, Deppy.
Mm-hmm.
Who's that again?
Oh, hold
your
on.
husband.
You
No,
can
no,
get
no, it's
up
fine.
there.
No, don't go. No, Annie, stop. No, stop. These are. Pull her back in. these are Empire soldiers
You
outside.
guys watch Annie open the tent and turn back, and Dolus just no, grab her, yoink her back in.
What's the problem?
Empire guards outside, who are not like with them.
Oh, so these are fake ones and they're the real ones.
What? No, they're real. They're just fine with unreliables. But the ones
We're the
outside are
nice
not.
one.
Yes,
Oh.
the guards outside are not fine with unreliable.
Always surrounded by racist gods.
Yes.
I think Annie almost just killed us.
Hey. What's nice is that a lot of the things, like our flying obviously doesn't need magic, so if anything magic, little flying goes up, like I'm still fat.
Right.
I don't
We
want
can
that.
go in invisible.
Yeah.
So if we're just flying, we don't even need to be hasted. If we could just go quietly.
Yeah, exactly.
So then maybe the ones who rely on magic should probably wear the real disguise while you guys dress up as guards.
Or I'm saying we could, or maybe we could do it in like 2 parts. Maybe one person on one occasion goes in disguised as a guard, finds out where Nalu is stationed, and then like where her cell is, and then that's when me and Lotus go for our breakout.
I'd love to.
You'd love to break in as a guard?
Yeah. I'm good at disguises.
All right. Well, we'll probably leave that duty to you. But before we make any concrete plans, we should probably wait for Twink, see if he can garner anything from these blueprints that we aren't able to.
Plus, Twing is good with plans, so maybe he can give us something that can elevate the plan as well.
Fair.
Plus, he knows a lot about the artifacts and magic things because he's an artificer, so maybe he has something that can counteract the magic nullifying thing.
Nullify the nullification?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that's a thing.
I mean, negative and negative is a positive, ain't it?
Oh, why do you know that?
Regardless of whatever your plans end up being, considering, as we now know, our main enemy is a soul-possessing, mind-reading ex-Holdmaster who could have anybody, probably not best Atronan and I hear the rest of it.
You know, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Though, I think he always finds ways to find out about our plans before they happen anyways, but it's good precaution.
Might as well mitigate the risk.
Right.
Is there anything else that you can offer us?
I can offer you a place to stay in Sasin.
Oh, that'd be great.
That would be lovely. A place where we can keep that person we kidnapped captive.
True, yeah. Old member of the quintet. He used to live in Sasin. Their house should still be empty.
And if it's not?
If it's not, then squatters have taken it over, and you have my full permission as a friend of theirs to beat up any intruders.
Okay.
We weren't gonna kill them?
Do we need to?
No, the guard.
Oh.
This guard here?
No, the one we kidnapped.
Oh my.
I mean, one less Empire guard, the better.
Talking to two Empire guards.
One less and one less empirical, the better. The two empiricals in the tent just looking at each other.
I guess we'll see when we... Well, actually, it probably would be a better idea to kill them. Because...
Okay, again?
Or I mean, actually...
No. I'm saying again.
Yeah.
Whatever you're planning.
Yeah, we'll...
We should say goodbye. Like, Fagan's like, we should say bye.
Okay.
He reaches in, he pulls an envelope out, and he's like, the key, the house you're looking for, and directions to get there.
Take it, I'll put it in my bag, and then I'll take the blueprints and I'll roll them back up. I'll shove them in my bag. I'll just... Oh, the blueprints, they disappeared. They
Wait,
were
what?
lost. I put the blueprints in my bag, and I'm like, the blueprints have been lost.
What a shame. I have to go back to, Well, I was supposed to go back to the front, but with all of this happening, I should probably go back to Altairi, and Atronan, you should probably come with me. Because once all of this happens and Nalu gets out, I'm sure shit's gonna hit the fan.
Oh, one more question about these blueprints. How recent are they? Were they from the creation of the Hollow, or...?
They were from the creation of the Hollow, but to my knowledge, those are the only blueprints that there are.
Okay. Alright. Well, thank you all. Thank you both.
If we're successful, do you want us to, let you guys know?
Yeah, please, actually. That'd be great.
Okay.
Adron's just like, yes, I would like updates on lots of things going forward.
Okay, we'll do our best. Being respectful because you guys are, Holdmasters and probably often doing really important things, we could just be like, we're good when we get.
Oh, I also have another question. Sorry. When we do encounter Nalu, is there anything we could do or say to her to, make her not panic at the people?
Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but if I'm in prison and someone shows up and says I'm busting you out, that's probably all I would need to hear.
Okay.
Atronon's like, you can tell her I sent you.
Okay.
She is the only Holdmaster who knows about, like, kind of glances at Fagan and then just, my family situation. So, that might help you.
And
Fagan kind of squints.
I'll turn to Elena. I'll just... Did Archibald respond to Atronon's message?
He's safe and he's glad you're okay. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I think that's all business we have. Except for a means of... Well, should we just travel by our regular means of transportation? Or do you have any way to procure our safety to Sasin?
I don't know what your normal means are, but traveling through the desert's kind of a pain in the ass.
It's an airship.
It's an airship! You'll be fine. Bring lots of water.
Okay.
However much water you think you'll need, bring double that amount of water.
I think, okay, I can make water.
Oh, you can make water? You're fine.
Okay.
If it is an airship, there is an airship dock in Sasin, but it's used to accepting empirical airships. Yours probably would be an immediate red flag, so I would stop someplace north of the city.
Okay. Alright, I think that's everything.
As far as escaping, though, your airship could probably rush into the docks and get you all out of there, but again, the less we know, the better, so I didn't tell you that.
Right. Thank you again.
It's good seeing you all again. I love a good Twinktanian.
And we're the finest.
It's been a long time, and I'm glad to know things went decent enough.
Yeah.
Stay safe, all of you.
You too.
You as well. Turn to...
Pats your shoulder before you go, Dolus, and palms Lotus's head again. Fagan's like, let me walk you out.
Okay.
He kind of like shows you all to the door as he's going. He's like, oh, Dolus, the name of the quintet member, the house you're staying at. Her name was Aster.
Okay.
She was a druid friend of mine. So if anyone asks, that's whose place you're staying at.
Right. Okay, thank you.
He walks out and kind of shows you all off. And he makes solid eye contact with Hickory.
I extend my hand down to help Hickory up.
Yeah.
Can I have a moment with her?
I'll turn to Hickory.
Yeah.
Are you alright?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be waiting.
Mm-hmm.
If he yells at her one more time, I'm going to turn him into a frog.
Don't do that. Don't do that, Hush. Okay.
You guys like walk out towards the edge of camp while he's just there with you. And just... So you were there.
It wasn't my choice, really. I knew it would be better if I did. But the Starloss, they told me that part of my power works with Vecnost. that it was a part of him. Matthias volunteered. It should have been me.
Yeah, it should have been. He pats you on the shoulder and he just goes back into the tent.
For what it's worth, I'll make her pay. Hickory catches up with the rest of the group.
The rest of you all head off.
Did he yell at you?
We were like 10 feet away.
I thought we walked away so we couldn't hear.
I mean, you guys like walked away, but if he yelled, you definitely would have heard it. You definitely were still within like sight lines, and you kind of just saw like Fagan. Basically, you saw like Fagan nod, Hick talk for a second, him like lean in and say one thing, and then go back in the tent.
There's a moment where, as you catch up with the group, Dolus is his muscles tense, and he's like about to turn to you to say something, maybe like a word of affirmation or anything that could help, but he straightens his back and then just continues walking instead, coldly.
You guys just head back to Pitloom? Or do you want to go back to the ship? Or, I mean, you guys got options.
I mean, I don't think we have any more business in Pitloom. The only business we have there is possibly getting sighted.
Back to the ship.
Probably our best bet.
Yep, and then
Wait for
Twink said that he'll meet us in the autumn forest, so I don't know how many trees are in the desert.
None, from what I've read.
Should we just wait for him, or should we go without him, and then he can figure out a way to get to what?
I
Well, we can wait
He
and-
really seems held up, so I think we should just tell him that we're going, and then he'll meet us there.
Right, I'm sure whatever method he would have of getting to the autumn forest could probably get him to Sasin or in the desert.
Well, we were told that it was going to be Illis and her tree magic.
Oh, then we should stay in the autumn forest. Probably.
Well, if there's Illis, then Arlashna might be there, and Arlashna can just...
Or she might not be there.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know.
We can also message her and ask if she can be there, because she could.
That moment when you're trying to work out real world scheduling conflicts in character.
We can always just message her and ask if she can teleport Tink to us.
Sure.
Go for it, Hush.
I'm sure there's a massive dead tree in the desert somewhere.
There's no tree.
I'm
I
sure
guarantee
that
you.
God will find a way.
Can they teleport via cactus?
It's not a tree.
It's just transport via plant, so yes.
Oh, that's...
Does she know that cactus? She has to
If
know the
God
cactus.
says so, shut up.
Are you reaching out to Arlashna or Illis? Alina can reach out to Illis if you want to reach out to Arlashna.
Yeah, I'll
You
reach
guys
out to
can-
Did Hush ever meet Illis?
Nope.
No.
I didn't think so.
I'll reach out to Arlashna and say, we might head to Sasin. Could you help by sending Twink to us when he is ready? Hush.
It's just it's always funny because whenever Hush signs his name at the end of his messages, it's like if the person thinks that they're about to respond and then he tells them to shut up. Like they're like, oh, okay, Hush, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't say anything else.
And then Alina sends to Illis via her quiet sending, so I don't have to think of 25 words. Best decision I ever made. And then she's like, Hush, back from our last night you get. I'll do my best. I think he's working with Illis on something. Worst comes to worst, I'm always around somewhere. Arlashna.
Aww.
That's the first thing that Hush says to everybody. She signed it.
Who signed what?
Yeah, her message. She said her last at the end.
Her
of it.
message. Her signed
Then-
her message.
Alina's like, Illis said she's with Twink, and if you can't wait, she has a tree in Sasin.
Where should I?
Thanks,
Let's
God.
go.
Got you.
Never mind, Alashna. We're good.
Ahab in the corner just, I am friends to all.
Ahab grew a tree in Sasin.
I am friend to trees.
That is part of all.
I am Lorax. I speak for the
I am Lorax.
Just a really tiny Ahab with a mustache.
Oh
Everything
Voiced
in
by
Lorax
Danny
is the
DeVito.
same.
Yeah, the lore, everything is the same, but he's fucking Ahab.
Everything's no, not even a tiny Ahab though. Everything is the same, but it is the full, large, like Middle Eastern man.
Everything is the same. He just has Ahab's voice.
Anyways, yeah. So you guys, I mean, with the birds with you, especially, you guys can completely like avoid Pitloom to get back to the ships.
Okay.
Yeah, I imagine
Shit.
we'd also end
Singular.
up going over an hour, so best to avoid Pitloom
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
disguise.
You guys definitely at some point on your walk back, all of your various magical ways of hiding yourself just.
I just love that
It's
because
weird.
we only appeared in our normal forms when we showed up. So a bunch of residents of Pitloom were like, "Did you see there was like 2 Arakakra and like some blue elf or whatever?"
Where'd
It's
they
like,
go?
"Where? Where'd they go? Were they here?"
And we become cryptids.
Yeah, we're force
Or,
spirits.
or it's like the Mandela effect, because if any of them saw us walking out of Pitloom with the fucking
No, they were humans. They were definitely
Yeah.
humans.
No, they're human.
Yeah, no, they just had like a feathery cloak. You probably
Weird.
they were
So
blue.
dumb. Oh my god.
like and the elf, she was blue. No, she had blue hair.
And then this
blonde. No,
eventually
she had black hair.
causes resentment
No, the paint
in
was
the
pink.
city, and then eventually there's gonna be a civil war fought in
Civil
Pitloom.
war in Pitloom over
Yeah.
this. Yeah. Yes, there will be.
Great.
That's what campaign 2 is about, the Pitloom Civil War. Also caused by the previous adventuring party.
Oh my
Crazy.
god, every campaign is just some event started by the previous adventuring party.
Yeah.
You guys arrive back at your ship. It is still just floating there above the trees. The ladder was pulled up after you guys left, so Lorelai's just like, "Hey!
No,
Stop it!"
okay. I can get them. I'll fly up.
Oh, you fly up, and as you fly up, Frankie and Felix are like lifting the big rolled up ladder. Because like when it's all rolled up, it is like a fucking 60-foot ladder that they have to like heft up and over. So you come up, and they're just like, "Oh hi, Lotus, how are you?" Zoom, and then
alright.
just rolls all the way down.
I'll pick up Alina and float her up.
Oh, thank you. What a gentleman. She like relaxes. The rest of you motherfuckers climb.
I'm just gonna levitate myself up.
I'm gonna hang on to Hush and see if I can float
Yeah,
with him.
you
while
can
they-
absolutely.
Yeah, you
After
can
I
levitate
get
like
up,
500 pounds, and then Doc has the boots now.
it's
Hush just
Yeah.
does the thing. He just.
oh
rolls
yeah,
his
Hickory
arms
can
out.
fly.
He fucking like Superman in the scene from Man of Steel where he floats in space and just.
What are you
Like,
doing
so-
with your arms?
I'm holding them out.
When did he
Why?
learn levitate?
I've had levitate my entire time playing.
My entire life.
I've never not had levitate on Hush.
Everybody has their various way. Like Lotus flies up, and then Dolus starts to float, and then Hush starts to float, and Annie grabs his ankle and starts coming up. Doc is just like, huh.
Mary Poppins.
Still Hick.
Or Hick, yeah, Hick is just like, huh, and flies up with her boots. And fucking Lorelai, who like called the ladder down, is just like, right, fuck, and just spreads her wings out and just vroom, comes up. Frankie and Felix are just like, yeah, all right. Then you all you all land on the deck, and as Lorelai lands, she's like, boom, reel it in. Felix just,
Yeah.
Thank you, Fergus.
Hick, when she gets up, is just like, hey guys, and kind of just keeps going. Just a little dejected Hick.
Do you want cuddles?
Lotus asked if you want cuddles.
I don't know.
Okay, well, if you know, then let me know.
The cuddle puddle is pretty.
If you end up knowing.
Helena just nodding her head. Yeah, like, yeah, the cuddle puddle is a good time.
Hick just goes down to the quarters.
I'm gonna disconnect from Lorelai and connect to Frankie. He's like, thank you, Funky and Fresh.
Just looking at each other like, what the fuck?
Which one of us is funky?
Who's Fresh?
Wait, did they both look at each other in confusion?
Yeah.
I only connected to one of them.
They're fucking
Yeah.
telepathy.
They do have telepathy.
Awesome. This is a really epic episode.
Episode 100, everybody.
And you name episode 100 Funky and Fresh.
Gotta be.
I feel like we say that it's an epic session every time Ian's not here.
No.
Every time Ian's not here, we do something
been here for like
silly.
10
It's like,
sessions.
epic session, guys.
Epic session.
Well, I've definitely called sessions epic in an ironic manner when Ian's here too.
So, you guys get all set back up on the ship. And with this new knowledge that you can go to Sasin and be good, Lorelai starts getting all the navigation set up with Eggle for heading there. So you guys are going to set out before the end of day.
Can I drive?
Eggle just, what? No.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not?
I know how to drive.
You know how to drive an airship.
Well, I know how to drive a boat.
This is slightly different.
Mm.
How about you do it when we're after all of our lives? Once the world is safe and we've got this all settled and done, we'll have a whole driving education course.
I don't need one.
What does this lever do?
What if I pull it?
Don't you he smacks your hand really hard.
It's the clutch.
Annie, no.
It's
no, bad spray bottle. Just
it's so fucking random. Just, can I drive? What? No. Why would you think that you would be able to drive?
Been here for 2 days.
Yeah. I've just arrived on your boat. I will be driving it.
It's like meeting it. You got introduced to a new friend, like in the friend group, and you're just like, "Hey, yo, let me drive your car."
Yeah.
We're friends, right?
What? No, I know how to drive though.
Like, do you have a driver's license? No, but I know how to drive.
I've ridden a bicycle.
Yeah, I've driven a go-kart before. It can't be any different.
They definitely drive. Like the friend drives a manual too, so it is even more complicated than just driving.
Oh my god, that's really funny, Post.
I've seen cars before. I can.
Can I drive?
I've seen the movie Cars, but only the second one.
She'll just be like,
Guys,
right, fine, and just kind of hover over him the whole time.
He reaches his hands out, he grabs either one of your shoulders, and he moves you a few feet in a different direction and like adjusts you, and then he's just there. Just watch from there.
Andy, what are you doing?
Learning how to drive.
You're learning how to drive?
Yes.
Why?
Well, you see, elves live a lot longer than you're human, right? Well,
Are you saying you're gonna replace me?
Yes.
He just cranks the lever for up really hard, and you all just.
Oh shit!
Oh, that one's definitely up.
Why do you want to become the new driver of the ship?
Well, I know how to drive boats. I may as well learn how to drive this too.
You know how to drive boats?
Yes.
When did you learn how to drive boats?
I can't get over the fucking fact that he keeps saying drive. Drive a boat. Not sail a ship.
We out here driving.
Motorboats.
Let me drive the boat.
Runs in the family.
Let me drive the boat. Let me drive the boat.
Let me drive the boat.
It runs in the family.
It runs in the family.
Yes.
Which family?
The House of May. We have a business.
Boat business?
Yes.
Oh.
Have or had?
Had. Everyone died.
Yeah. This.
You ever heard of
bring that up.
You ever heard of Amazon?
Nope.
I'm gonna kill you.
No.
Both. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. That's
No.
right in the episode.
You are not
That's
allowed.
No.
Cryo.
End the episode.
Never
No.
heard of Amazon. No.
No.
I've never
Guys, I'll
heard.
take
What is
off.
that? Wait, no,
Headed
hold on.
direction
What's
of the
Amazon?
It's not
Stop it,
real.
Stop it. Stop it. I'll debuff both of you.
Why am I getting debuffed?
Because you want the bit to continue.
I'm just interested in the lore of your world, Mr. DM.
Amazon.
Add this to the
Bezos.
list of things that's gotten fucking vetoed in session.
You guys take off and rise up over the mountains and head southwest.
That's how
towards
the people
desert.
that's how the people in Estogron can get our magic items to us in 2 days after they finish getting
Shut
them.
up!
Because they
Still waiting on that.
and then introduced Amazon.
Oh my god. You guys take off. You rise up and you head off into the desert. The desert skies. And as you guys go into like over the mountains into the desert, and then you lower down a bit because you had to go really high up to get over the mountains, it is oppressively hot. Like almost immediately, you feel the all the water in you like seeped from your bones.
Gross.
Hush. You somehow get stickier. Because as your mucus dries, it becomes less like watery and more
It reduced.
and sticky.
Ew.
It reduced on my skin.
It reduced on your face. Yeah,
We
so
have a
Hush
hush
is
reduction.
like, oh, this is so gross.
Help!
It's just paste now.
It's like when you spill a soft drink
Yeah.
in your car and then you leave it out in the sun all day.
There's a solid as you pull your hand off.
What happens to me?
That was
Is there,
really
like
good
just
miming.
steam coming out of me or something?
I was gonna say Annie has a solid minute or two of steaming as the heat hits and then kind of like mellows out. Annie, physically, obviously you don't have emotional feelings, but physically you feel the most like nominal you've felt in decades. This is like perfectly normal temperature.
Wow. Oh, this is weird. I should live here.
I'm gonna take the sleeves off of my robe and just sort of throw it behind my back so I can still tie it around my chest and neck, and I can put the hood on, but it's almost more like a cloak than a robe.
You get that?
I regret giving Doc the thing that let me take off my clothes fast.
Doc or Hickory, I will say it is hot.
Yeah.
You have layers on.
Yeah.
You're just "Ugh."
I'm just gonna
Same
go
with
down
Lotus.
to the
Lotus still all
undershirt.
layered up from Yuboa in the north. It is so uncomfortable for
We
you.
took off the layers.
Yeah,
When we got
Lotus went back to her
to
normal
it.
stuff.
Because when
Oh,
we
that's
started getting
right.
to the equator,
It is still pretty hot though.
Yeah. Just not as
Not as oppressive as if you had on your Ubua cloak, but it is hot. And with your guys' feathers, it's like an extra layer of discomfort.
I'll just spread my wings out as we're traveling to get any form of wind.
Luckily, you guys are on an airship that's moving, so there is a constant breeze.
I very frequently like get like a handful of water from my ring and just splash it on my face. I see Lotus just laying on the ground. Just like a splat, like when you turn on like a faucet for like a second and turn it off. Just splashes on your face.
Dallas, come here.
Yeah.
Dallas, please.
Yeah.
my nose.
I'm reducing.
Doing what? You're
I'm
doing what
reducing.
now? You're
I'm like a
reducing?
fish, please. You give me the water. She's a bird. I'm a fish, please.
Are y'all
Oh.
okay?
Why did you prioritize the bird, please?
Because she's my sister. And I open,
Fish.
the ring opens and like I hold it over Hush and there's just one little like drop that falls out. It's like, oh, I think it's empty.
You can create it infinitely. I will poison you. You.
I open up I just fucking let it go. It just
Just
starts pouring on him like a
faucet on
shower.
Hush, it is so relieving immediately.
Control some of this water, keep it for yourself.
It's getting sticky.
Hush, Hush, you just starfish on the deck as water just pours over you, and it's you use control water to just pool it around you.
I grab like
You make
a
yourself like an
glass.
astronaut suit of water that you're just floating in.
I get a glass from downstairs. I come back to the top deck and I pour Alina a nice cold glass of water.
Thank you. Oh, I know how this can even be better. Hey, Annie. Can you hold this for a second?
Sure.
Annie just holds it. He washes it like condenses on the outside and starts to like clearly cool off. Alina waits like a solid
She
like
goes to
45
drink
seconds.
it.
Hey, no. Okay, that's fair. You can have
Yeah,
some.
no, go. You can go ahead.
You can have some.
You could have
Okay.
opened your mouth for the miming
it's all good.
pause.
She
I don't know.
takes it
Yeah,
back
no,
and
she just
drinks
pours it on her face.
Slowly, and then I'll refill it.
Thank you. You all just pass around the one frosted glass that is.
If other people want water, then go get a fucking cup. We don't have. This is a communal cup.
Annie, sit next to me.
Why?
I'm dying. The water's getting hot again.
Oh,
Come
this is
sit next to
perfect
me.
revenge. She walks.
You've already
away.
got you. I am. You already terrorized me in the forest. You've already gotten your revenge.
She'll actually walk back. Wait, is there a level of revenge that goes too far? Besides, killing someone?
Annie.
Would me leaving him to like kind of dehydrate be too far?
A little bit, probably. Yeah.
Hmm.
Because he didn't actually like physically affect you in any way, but this is physically affecting him. And also, you don't really even need to do anything to help him. He's just helplessly squirming and drying up on the ground.
Why?
And you've also
did I
already
deserve
gotten
this?
revenge, didn't you?
I let you pet my frog.
Hush, hold on. You're making your situation worse. Just let her think through this.
Oh,
Don't
thanks,
keep talking
Dallas.
to
Yeah,
her.
no,
about
it's fine.
it.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Just no. I'm saying, just stop interacting with her. Let her just think through this. Don't give her more to think about, or she definitely won't come to you.
Hmm. What level evens it out exactly?
I feel like it's already.
You just
pretty
go back
even.
once.
Yeah.
Like,
and then it's flat, and then it's even. And then if they get one up on you, you get one back up on them. If that's how you want to live your life.
Wait, didn't you try and get back on me?
No.
I thought you did. I thought you did
No,
something.
I have done nothing.
You just almost traumatized them for life, making them think that leaves are allowed.
But then he liked
something that I was gonna eat.
Yeah, because you did it to me first. This whole no emotions real paying off with these pranks you pulling. I'm pouring all of those
I'll just do
poisons
what I
in
was
your
going
mug.
to do.
What were you going to do?
Stand here.
Okay. That's fair. You have fun with that. I'll in Hush's head just move closer to her.
No. I'm gonna sit with this for a while.
Oh my god.
This is going to become a war.
I'm gonna walk
I'm
over to
going to
Hush and I'm
win.
gonna grab him by the scarf and start dragging him
I
over
don't
towards
have a scarf
Annie.
on.
You reach
I
into
grab
the bubble
him
of
by
water,
the anything.
and you just grab him by an article of clothing, and you start dragging the bubble containing Hush closer to the group, including Annie.
Dolus has the most like face on it, like just oh my god.
Takes one step away from them.
Look at you slowly. I slowly turn, and there is just murder in my eyes as you start walking away.
Are you okay?
I'm going.
Is the heat getting to you?
I let go of Hush. I'm just.
To get closer to Dolus.
You get closer to Dolus.
Oh, it's quite nice.
Thanks. Thank you, Annie. This is.
What?
I think this is refreshing.
And Doc is not
Is my
here.
presence refreshing?
Yeah.
And Hick isn't here. I'm the
Fascinating.
healer. Hick is not here. I'm
just
the healer.
pat
Annie,
you on
please
the
just sit
shoulder.
over here. You're like an air conditioner.
What's an air conditioner?
Something that conditions
She's
the
conditioning
air.
the air.
Ah.
She's an air
Thanks,
conditioner.
everyone.
Elena has invented the air conditioner, which mine still
And
isn't
Annie.
working. Sorry.
Noah's getting the full role play effect.
He's immersing. He's immersing himself in Sasin.
Completely immersed.
How is it,
He
Noah?
just needs a fan for a
It's
slight
starting to
breeze.
get
and it'll be
hot.
Perfect.
See, my overhead is on. It's not helping.
It only
No,
took
I
3
meant like a
hours.
fan blowing on you. You got to get you a box fan, my boy. Anyways, moving on. You guys all have your various ways that you sort of get comfortable and deal with the heat throughout the day. Mostly involving being close to Annie in some way, shape, or form.
We can assume that since we contacted Illis and Illis is with Twink, that she would have informed him that we're going to Sasin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you guys are heading there, eventually the sun starts to go down. Everything immediately gets much nicer out. The moment the sun is gone past the horizon, it is like a wave of cold hits. It is nowhere near as cold as you were the autumn forest or anything, but it is a significant drop in temperature that happens.
Thank you.
It's like a nice, cool, crisp, evening.
Do we just see like sand going everywhere in all directions?
Every direction is sand. You can see the mountains back in the direction you came.
Okay.
But yeah, it is just sand as far as the eye can see. Every now and then you guys pass over like weird little cities, or not cities, weird little towns and villages out in the desert. Usually they're clustered around like rocks or stones, some sort of natural formations. Every now and then you see one or two that are just out in the middle of fucking nowhere. But all in all, it is just dead as far as the eye can see. You guys are told that getting to Sasin will probably take a few more hours. You'll probably get there in the middle of the night, and you're gonna have to land outside the city and like walk the rest of the way in, which at least you'll be walking in at nighttime when you won't have to walk through the desert during the day.
I'll go up, like, when informed of this, I'll go up to the crow's nest of the ship. Assuming there's no one here right now, or maybe someone is, I don't know. Is there someone on the crow's
As
nest?
you climb up to the top,
I'll fly up.
Come on, baby.
fly up to the top. I love when
Yes!
guys. It's Kaeda sitting in the crow's nest. Is this sort of long shape on top of the balloon now. So she's sort of sitting up in the front of it, just kind of like relaxing and enjoying the air. All of like, she took off all of her layers and stuff, so she's just in like a tank top and her pants. She's just vibing.
And then, and then the Grim Reaper rises up behind to her periphery.
Yeah, just. Oh my god.
What?
You're scary.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Got like a scary thing going on.
Huh.
Dark hood, dead eyes.
Deadeye.
Alright, bruv, whatever you think, but you're spooky to look at.
Oh.
Back off, you spooky bitch.
What's up?
Well, now I have something to think about. I just leave the crow's nest immediately.
No, all right.
Flow back down.
Bye.
Find the nearest. Walk up to Annie. Annie.
Yeah.
I know you can't feel things, but do you think I'm spooky to look at?
You don't scare me.
That's not what I'm asking. Do my features look like they would be, bless you, like they would be scary to other people? From what you remember of fear, I guess.
From a purely logical standpoint, am I spooky?
Well, when I really think about it, you're different than anything I've ever seen in my life. And that thought alone is terrifying.
I think.
Okay.
I think.
Thank you.
Because, like, you know, if new things are terrifying to a lot of people.
Right, that's true.
And what other kinds of you are there?
Lotus.
When people see you, well, besides her.
But okay, well, yeah.
You're kind of a pair that come together.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Why?
For their sakes, I hope that there are no other me's. I was just asking because Kaeda said that I looked scary, and I don't think I've ever thought of myself as scary.
You can take advantage of that.
I don't try to be scary.
What if you did?
What if I did? Indeed.
You'd be good at playing pranks.
Like, Dolus is like, you say that, and then there's like a moment where like the words actually start to sink in, and he's like, yo, hold on. What if she's right? And you're like, hey, you can play pranks, and he's immediately just like,
what?
Yeah, I could play pranks. That's what I could do.
No, it's more than that though. It's like you could play pranks. You could intimidate someone into giving you something that you otherwise normally wouldn't have. You could talk to someone information.
I could talk to someone information.
No, to get information.
Oh.
It's a good tool.
Right. Thank you.
I bet the mask would add to it.
Take out the mask. And I hold it in front of my face, but I don't put it on.
She'll push it.
Play rollies with me.
Dolus.
Play rollies with me.
I was gonna say play rollies.
Aw, damn it. I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 19.
And Dolus just
Dolus,
like
you were completely startled as the mask just boom to your face.
So Annie, you like slightly push it, and it's like the feeling when you get like a magnet like too close to another magnet, or like a magnetic surface, and it like sticks to my face. Oh, okay. I just
Now
look at you.
Show me your scary side. Actually,
What?
you should probably show someone else.
I won't be doing that.
Why?
It's a waste of time, and I just walk away.
I think he's less scary and more weird. That was awkward.
Cool. Well, I just walk away and descend down into the ship.
As you go to walk away, the rest of you are all cooling off in various ways, enjoying the breeze, enjoying the night air.
Dude, I've been in the quarters for hours.
Oh, you went to the core. It's hot as fuck down there, bro.
I know.
You should have said something.
I did.
Oh, did you? I did not hear.
Yeah, I literally said I got on the ship, said hi to Frankie and Felix, and went down to the quarters.
Oh, I thought you just said I say hi to Frankie and Felix and
No.
I walk away. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't catch that either.
Hickory, it's hot as fuck down there.
Yeah.
You're baking.
Yeah, it becomes incredibly uncomfortable partway through the day.
Yeah. I mean, fuck it, we're in the quarters. She's basically down to her sleeping clothes. I know it's still hot. I understand that concept.
Okay.
But she needs time.
Okay, well in that case, everyone but Hickory, unless anyone else went downstairs.
It just went downstairs.
I was saying as you are going downstairs.
Oh, sorry.
Alright, so everybody on the top deck is all relaxing. Dolus, you're about to go down the stairs with your mask on, a little uncertain about what to do. And there is a sudden static in the air. Like there is this sudden tension in the air, like the feeling right before a lightning strike. Like this
turn back.
weird power sort of suspended around. Hush, you in particular, this feels weirdly familiar in this moment in your bubble. You have a moment of just like, what's happening? Why do I
remember this?
And then Lotus, with your super high perception, even in the like weird discomfort of the heat in the night, you spot a weird little light way off in the horizon in the northeast.
Lorelai!
Lorelai, who's also clearly has like the jeebies with this, is like, what the fuck? Hick, you start to feel it down here. The air suddenly feels like it's just sort of stopped, like all the dust particles and everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up because that feels like time to me at the very least.
And you're like, what is this? And all of you, as you're having your moment of like, what is this? There is a notable, it's not enough to shove you or knock you around or anything. It's not enough to even put you off balance, but there is a shock wave that comes from that direction. It sort of washes over all of you. And you hear just the most anguished sound, this like heartbreaking, this just sort of like, it is like the sound someone makes when they found out that something incredibly dear to them has been lost. And as it shocks through all of you and the air sort of returns, Hush, you're the first to realize it with your familiarity with this magic. Delilah is awake. And Delilah knows. And that is where we're going to end our session today.
We have a problem.
Oh, that's sick.
Well, everybody, it was good being alive.
We have a problem. I was sitting here, I'm like, it's gonna be like an illithid or an aberration. Worse.
I am so fucking dead.
Oh, that's cool. That's sick.
Thank you all for watching session 100. And yeah, thank you all for being here for 100 sessions of Starloss. Holy shit, over 2 years.
That's a lot.
In 4 more sessions, we'll have enough that you could watch once a week, and it would take you 2 years to get through.
That's crazy.
I really thought you were gonna be like, in 4 more sessions, we'll have 104 episodes.
That is also true. Statistically,
it's like statistically true.
Statistically, that's just addition.
It's just true.
Statistically, that addition works.
Thank you all so much. If you want to support us and you want to check out all of the episodes and you want us to keep going for 100 more episodes, The best thing you can do for us is to check out our Ko-fi in the description below, where you can get access to all sorts of cool little rewards and provide a little bit of monetary support for us, which lets us pay Marcy, our wonderful editor, and lets us just continue surviving. So please check that out if you have time and you like what we do. And thank you so very, very much. This is so exciting. I can't wait for next week. It's going to be a great time.
I think I can.
Welcome to the desert, everybody.
That doesn't count as waving. That doesn't count as waving, Pulse.
Pulse,
Oh, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it?
Pulse, come on.
Release those
Come on,
fingers.
Pulse.
Crowd wave!
The spirit of Session 100 is possessing him.